Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, monsters of the multiverse, and most especially, you. Yes, you. I missed you guys so much. My name is DM Huxley, and this is Praetor's Rejects. Tonight we are playing, I believe this is going to be episode 5? Or is it 6? You know, I put episode 5 in the title, but I think we might be on episode 6. No matter. I have 4 wonderful players here, and we are going to be jumping right back into the swing of things. Let's go ahead and get some introductions done, and we'll do a recap, and we'll jump right back into the 5-minute mark, because it is currently turn 50. Yagvin Brabal, tell us about yourself.
My name is Alex. I'm also known as Sharkbait. Out of character. I play Yagvin, the Warforged Echo Knight cleric, who is currently getting shit-faced with a mug chug.
Hell yeah. Circuits be damned. I love the enthusiasm. I think you reached for the mug and started drinking it without testing it or identifying it. You didn't check for traps. I'm sure Dernan was very happy
I trust
with
Dernan.
you. Next up we have Edvard Thar.
I'm John. I'm playing Edvard Thar, a Luxodon samurai with psychic abilities. Let's go.
Yeah, and a brand new friend in tow, I think.
We'll find out.
Friend question mark? Not if the sword has anything to say about it.
Sword shouldn't have anything to say.
It really shouldn't.
It really shouldn't.
And yet. Bright, tell us about yourself, Bright.
Hello, I am Cynthia, aka Amai, in Discord and most everywhere online. And I'm playing Bright, the winged tiefling lore bard / life cleric. She is doing her best out here trying to solve this little thing with the kid and her remains.
Yeah. Kind of got a little, what's the word? Curious about the dragon statue, but we circled back around, and we'll kind of delve into that a little bit more in a minute. And then last but not least, one of our favorites here on the Rejects, Marlon, tell us about yourself.
Yeah, I'm Loco. I play Marlon. Yeah, hurry up and get on with it, will you? I'm trying. I am also Loco 1956 in chat. DM Loco, I think, in Discord. Will you hurry it up? I play a 99-year-old human wizard named Marlon. And I don't care, just go. Okay, so we're just going to go. I don't care. Come on.
I'm so sorry, Marlon. Didn't mean to interrupt your upcoming nap time.
Get on with it.
Yep. We're gonna get on with it. We do love our.
I don't care. Come on.
We do love our senior citizens. Ladies and gentlemen, it is episode 6. I have consulted my legal counsel, and we are actually on episode 6, which I have affectionately titled "Just Your Classic Mid-Adventure Mug Chug." For reasons we are about to get into in just a few seconds, we're going to go ahead and transition over to a map. I don't think I shared the map with myself. Give me just a second. We are definitely a professional stream, if nothing else. Hey, there it is.
Best around here.
I think I'm going to leave it like that. You know, it really encapsulates the element of horror, you know, like this is the whole universe to you right now. Is that a box or some kind of square-like spiral? That's such a weird looking thing. I'm sure that came up at one point in the past. But anyways, it's neither here nor there. So let's do a quick little recap. Now, the first thing I want to say is we introduced some slightly different rules during the last session, and we are doing away with them starting now, unless we absolutely have to bring them back I had a chance to play around with them. It was a very interesting session. It was a little bit sketchy, and the reason for that is because we already had an established rule set, which is straight up D&D 5e, which is it's flexible in some cases, but inflexible in others. And the rules I was trying to implement, they increased the flexibility, but didn't give enough payoff. They're basically unfinished rules, and so for that reason, we're not going to do any more of those action rolls that we did last week with the position and the effect and the negotiation aspect. One of the things I found was that it was a little jarring, and I felt it myself when I was presenting them to you. There's actually a lot that goes into it that I thought it would be smooth, and it really wasn't. So for that reason, I kind of got a little excited and led you guys down a specific path of action instead of allowing you to pick one. And at the beginning of the previous session, you guys had a choice, basically, between tending to Marlin's grievous injuries or tending to the corpse and performing a ritual. And I feel like I kind of pigeonholed you guys a little bit, and led you down the path of tending to Marlin's injuries rather than addressing the corpse, which is what was happening in the fiction at the end of the session before that. So I want to apologize, because that is not my jam. I'm not trying to lead you guys down a specific path. So I think it's compensated for with the actions that Marlin took to try and destroy the wall. This is a pre-written module, and as such, there are certain things that I try to adhere to that will make it feel like the module that I'm borrowing from. And in this module, this wall is nigh unstoppable. There's nothing in the module that would allow you to stop the wall under any circumstances. However, I did realize later on in last week's session, that you guys probably would not have had the time to conduct the ritual you wanted to conduct with the corpse unless the wall was intervened with somehow. So, luckily Marlin took it upon himself to expend some of his precious resources in order to halt the advance of the wall. So right now, instead of moving forward by 5 feet at the end of every turn, I'm going to tick a little timer. We're going to keep that timer in effect. And so far I've got 2 ticks on it, and it is now... I am clicking. Oh, I'm in the wrong fantasy grounds. I am clicking. It is now round 51, and it's Bright's turn. So there are 16 more turns remaining on that little clock, and then the wall's going to start moving again. So that gives you guys a little bit more than 90 seconds to conduct whatever business you want to conduct here in this hallway before it is consumed by the wall.
Okay.
Do you guys have any questions about last session? Do you feel like we did anything wrong or missed anything in particular before we go ahead and pick up the action again? Because it's really important to me that you guys are happy and you think that the game is fair. And since I sort of changed the rules in mid game, that was kind of a mistake on my part. So I'm still learning here about how to be a DM and stuff like that. So feel free to give me any feedback. Otherwise, we'll just jump right back into the action. D&D 5e style.
I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
Okay, well, you don't have to yell. Oh my god. Like, jeez. No, it's totally fine if you guys yell. I want you to be angry. This is a very emotional game. And the stakes are high. They've never been higher. And I love steak.
Did somebody say
I
steak?
love steak.
Flank steak. You get a +2 bonus when you flank your steak. Ladies and gentlemen, it is round 51. Bright, you are kneeling before this small, decrepit corpse. And it is rather dark. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I'm noticing now that the area where you're sitting is rendered in dark vision for you. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't take the trouble to add extra torches, but there are torches in the area. But I think that you have a little bit of sight beyond sight at the moment. You cast Speak with Dead on this corpse in order to glean more information
Mm-hmm.
regarding it, perhaps its demise or how to satisfy the spirit that was left behind and banished for now. For how long? Who knows? It wrought out its vengeance and then it was banished. This little corpse is moving slightly. It has the facsimile of life, the semblance of emotion. It is trembling before you. I don't know if you have your arms around it or if you're giving it the space that it needs because it's so fragile, held together by the trappings of a couple magic spells that were cast on it. Earlier, Marlin cast, what was it, Gentle Repose,
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
as an act of kindness. He knew that it was long since decayed. It was just dry bones, but he felt that it was necessary. Marlin, go ahead and give yourself a point of inspiration. I see you're missing one. Yeah, there you go.
Thank you.
And then, Bright, you came up and you cast Speak with Dead on the corpse.
Mm-hmm.
And so, in the trappings of these magics, this mixture of arcane and religious power, or divine power, it is able to move slightly and animate and speak even. It does have a jaw, so it can speak, but the words seem to come from much deeper than the space where the lungs used to be. The brown, dust-caked skeleton, its eyes turned towards you, or the space where its eyes used to be. As you continue putting the tiny little white blood-stained shoes onto the corpse to match its rags. If the shoes are put on, it's the brightest part of this corpse. They're well cared for. They're quite old, but they're well cared for, as opposed to the tattered rags which the skeleton is garbed in, and of course the burning slash mark where Yogvin just utterly desecrated the corpse, as is the teaching of Moradin, I suppose. Jesus.
You know me.
But with that, you may ask some more questions. I think you have 4 more questions before the magics fade. And I want you to keep in mind. I want you to keep in mind that the questions, they can only be answered well enough if the person in life would have known them. This is a facsimile. I don't know how you say that. Facsimile of life, a facsimile of the spirit. So you're knocking on someone's door and they're only talking to you through the little peephole. You don't get the whole person. You only get an after image of their soul.
Yeah, I remember I pulled out Lathander's amulet that I found, and she was really interested in it. And I remember I wanted to ask her because she keeps saying to help her, and I wanted to ask her while holding the amulet because she's super interested in it. If will this help you? While holding the amulet and gesturing to it.
Her bony fingers twitch and slowly reach forward. And as she reaches forward, there's little bits of dust, and there's a slight grinding sound in her jaw. In the joint of her arms. As she reaches forward, towards the amulet. This corpse barely has the energy to move. The spells are mainly for speaking, but you feel like the arcane power from the gentle repose is giving it a little bit more oomph. She says, It used to be mine. He broke it. He smashed it.
Good thing we fixed it. I would like to pass it over to her as is that a free interaction?
No action
or a
required.
bonus action for me?
Yeah, no action required. I imagine you place it in her hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will happily pass it over.
And there's no pressure whatsoever coming from her as you exchange this item. As soon as you let the weight of the item into her hand drops, and her arm lays on the ground, palm facing up, and the emblem or the amulet is just laying on the bones, palm facing up. And she doesn't really make any effort to grasp it, but you notice that the trembling and the death rattle from the space that used to be her lungs calms some. You can ask another question if you want.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna ask him. Yeah, if I could. So, since it kind of looks like it's holding her hand down, I want to ask her then, would you like me to put it on your neck?
No.
Okay. But she's pretty chill now. For the most part, as chill as a little skeleton can get.
He broke it. He broke it. He broke me with it.
Can I get one more question? DM?
You've got 2 more questions? Go ahead and ask one.
Okay. So, I'll ask her, who is he?
And her head turns to the left, and now she's looking towards the corner where the kobolds are standing. And if you glance over there, you'll see that Frick is sort of tugging on the immovable rod, and he's just tugging and yanking fruitlessly, and he's reaching his arm all the way inside the dragon statue. You can immediately tell his arm's way too short to reach anything interesting, but Frick is he seems like a very curious little guy, and Frack is actually watching you. Maybe you notice Frick first, because Frick is moving around a lot and just fidgeting and making little just like talking to himself, trying to puzzle out this immovable rod situation. But Frack is watching you very closely, and then you notice that Frack has got a couple of his fingers are touching a little red scale charm that he has around his neck. And it looks like Frack is actually deep in thought, just watching this interaction. You know that he doesn't speak common, but he seems to have some sort of understanding, actually. And then he kind of like glances off to the left where Regulus the Flump kind of starts floating back up into the air.
Oh yeah.
And Regulus says, I merely tripped. Nothing to worry about, my friend Edvard. And then the skeleton's head turns to the right. And the sockets, they pass over your face, they pass over the ceiling, and they turn in the direction of the wall. And they see Marlin standing there. What is Marlin doing in this moment?
Well, he just finished casting that last spell of his. He's probably finishing that up, and he's going to end up, on his turn, he was going to turn around and head back.
So Marlin has his back to the group at the moment, and he's facing this horrifying scene. Honestly, it is something to behold. There is this massive sphere of greenish churning liquid sitting in the space where the wall is currently situated. And you guys can tell that the wall is churning and pushing forward, and every now and then some very sharp and dangerous looking spikes pierce out of the sphere as though they're like claws or teeth, just trying to just push ahead and push through. But then the vitriolic sphere, the whole thing seems to spin and rotate like a furiously spinning bowling ball, and when it does, it shears off those spikes, and the spikes clatter to the ground and fizzle away in acid. And I imagine that there's just scorched tile on the ground and on the walls and the ceiling as this vitriolic sphere roils in place and just absorbs all of the constructive and conjurative magical energies that are keeping the wall going. And for now, it's holding. And the skeleton beholds this scene and begins trembling again. And the skeleton says, "Him! It was him! The magic man! Black robes!" And when you look upright, you see that Marlin is carrying his lit staff of the blue orb sort of in front of him, and it kind of casts him in like this. It's like he's like backlit by this staff that's in front of him. So it's like you see a silhouette of Marlin, and you don't really see Marlin himself. And instead of blue, it looks like his robes are all black in this moment. As the light glints off of the vitriolic sphere. And we'll go ahead and pass your turn and want you to think about your last question. And at the end of your fifth question, you will finish putting the shoes on this little corpse.
Okay.
All right. Oops, I'm in the wrong fantasy grounds again. Edvard Thar, can you tell us what happens while this is happening?
While that is happening, I am having a telepathic conversation with my good friend, Reggie.
What do you say?
I say, Reggie, my friend, I have trained with you and your people for a long time, and you know that one thing that you guys are compelled to do? You know, you detect an evil thought, and you just got to run to somebody and tell them. You know that thing?
Please, Edvard Thar. Reggie was my father. Call me Regulus.
No.
Oh my god.
But I do recall our ancestral need to expose corruption in our world. Why, Edvard Thar? Do you worry about such a thing now? And the flump spins around in place, and its eyes just look this way and that very slowly. And then it turns back to you, and it says, "I can sense no corruption here. At least, not yet."
Yeah. Look, if it's life-threatening to me, the robot, the blue short thing with wings and the really old man with a fish name? Yeah, go ahead, tell us.
Regulus, his tentacles are like his tentacles just dangling below him. They're constantly fluttering and reaching out around him. It's almost like he's testing all the places where he's not actively looking just to make sure there's nothing there. And every now and then, one of his tentacles goes right through the echo of Yagvin, like a ghost. And then when a couple tentacles go near the sword, the tentacles like flinch backward, and then Regulus spins around really slowly towards the echo and says, "This one is not really there. I sense a trap. Look out, Edvard." And he very slowly floats in between you two. And he takes what you recognize to be a defensive stance against the the echo.
Look, Reggie,
Not
if
Yagvin's
you
ghost.
start annoying me with this thing, well, here's an evil thought for you. And my thoughts just shift from words to images of me curb stomping Reggie and using my telepathic shove to shove him into the wall and then pull him back right before he hits it and pull him back like a yo-yo.
That's what you imagine. But as you begin to conjure up these thoughts, you hear a voice in your head as one of Reggie's eyeballs, one of his eye stalks kind of bends backwards to face you, and you hear the voice, "Come now, Edvard Thar. You know we can both play this game." And it's like that scene from Sherlock Holmes, A Game of Shadows, where he retorts all of your thoughts. It's like you guys have this mental fight where Regulus starts like smacking your trunk around, and so you change your tactic and he has a response of his own, and you guys both get some blows in, and it feels like this mental struggle goes on for like 5 minutes. You guys are slamming each other into the stones. At one point he has your head up against the wall of fire like he's gonna burn your trunk. And then at one point you kind of like slice off one of his eye stalks with the sword, and it becomes this desperate stalemate in your minds. And then it just kind of, it snaps, you both snap out of it, and you realize you were both imagining this desperate struggle. And it unlocks a little memory that this is one of the many training sessions that you have with Flumps, where this is part of how you developed your fighting prowess as a samurai. You had these mental battles with Flumps over and over again. It felt like hours went by, but really it was only like 20 or 30 minutes. But you were able to get so much training done in such a short amount of time that when you finally went back to your company, you were a changed Loxodon. And I want you to just kind of play with that thought. But again, I don't mean to take liberties with your backstory. You tell me if I'm wrong, but I just think that's badass.
I like it. This is why I kept my backstory vague.
So we can just make it up as we go.
Exactly. More fun that way.
But he winks, like at the end of this battle, he winks with his other eye stalk at you, as if to say, like, "I got you, buddy." And everyone else is just like, well, I don't know who's looking at you, but like it only takes like a split second. Like this is like the length of a bonus action, but it felt like 5 minutes of desperate dueling. So you still have your full turn, basically.
With that, I'm gonna call back to Bright, and I'm just gonna say, "Hey, Dim and Dimmer, how's it going babysitting the dead kid?"
Still busy talking. But that one over there is sticking his hand inside of the dragon's mouth. That's my job.
Frick
And I
climbs
can't
up
tell
on.
him to stop.
He climbs up on top of the dragon statue. He's it's almost like he's mocking you, Bright. He reaches all the way around and tries to push his arm deeper into the statue's mouth. To no avail, of course.
That's the same one that flipped me off, right?
You tell me.
I'm gonna say it is.
I'll shoo Frick off of the thing. Use my action to cast Mage Hand, so that way it appears right here at the this dragon statue, the closest one to me.
Okay. I'm gonna move Regulus, and we're gonna put your mage hand right here.
Yeah. Does Frick move out of the way or no?
No, it's just a little insubstantial hand, and Frick is completely absorbed with his activity. He's got his hand inside the statue. He's like grunting and groaning to himself. He's saying draconic words that you don't understand. He sounds angry, but he's a stupid little kobold. He sounds silly too. So it's like he's like a dog.
If I were to look inside the dragon statue, would I be able to see?
Yeah, you can make a perception check in the tower.
Okay.
Or investigation, whichever one you want.
I think they're both the same. Yeah, no. Definitely go with perception.
Okay. You look inside, and through the frantic scrabbling of Frick the kobold, you can very faintly see like a little mechanism way back there. This is the first time you've really looked in there to see what's going on with these dragon statues. You see a small handle way in the back that looks like it can be grabbed and manipulated. Maybe turned or pulled out or something.
Yeah. Can I use my bonus action to move my mage hand to the handle and turn it?
Give me a check. You can pick any skill that you think is appropriate. But the thing is, Frick is in. Well, no, you know what? You actually don't have to give me a check because you have the range hand ledger domain. So I will absolutely allow it. And since you're right up on it instead of the one way at the end of the other hall, separated by a series of deadly walls of energy, you don't have to make any check for it. So yeah, you can float your hand in there.
Okay.
It goes past Frick the kobold. Now Frick notices and he's like,
It's an invisible hand.
He hops off and he backs into the corner, and he goes to pull out his little dagger, but then he thinks twice when he sees your flaming demonic katana. And he just kind of like sits in the corner and just like scrunches into the corner. Frack, the other kobold, doesn't really notice. He seems focused elsewhere. The mage hand floats inside, and we can say that you can grasp the thing, but in order to turn it, you'll have to spend an action on the next turn. Sound good?
Okay. Sounds good.
All right. We already acted out some stuff for Regulus. I'm not going to do any more of that for now. Frick and Frack, I think we have a pretty good idea of where they stand. Yagvin, what happens, buddy? You're looking
I'm just gonna...
by the way, you're poisoned for 5 rounds. You're supernaturally poisoned. There's something about this mug of ale that did not sit right. I don't know if you even felt nauseated ever before in your life, but this mug has cast a spell on you, so to speak, and you are poisoned for a little while.
It's called being weak.
I chug it again.
As the voice echoes from a place far beyond space and time.
By the power of mod privileges, I have the power.
I just look up at what I can assume where Durnan's voice is coming from, and I attempt to chug it once more.
By the way, I need to retcon one thing. I forgot to do something that I consider to be slightly important. when you failed on the previous turn, as
Yeah.
you started vomiting up these screws and bolts and nuts and gears and wires, a loud cacophony of laughter emitted from somewhere immediately in front of you, and the wall of energy rippled violently, almost as if it was vibrating, and you take some thunder damage. Oh, I see you're concentrating on something. All right, you passed the concentration check. But you take a little bit of thunder damage as the wall of thunder ripples and laughter that sounds like a bunch of tavern folk jeering and mocking you. You just hear, ah, ha, 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 boo!
Well, when you fail once, you just try to fail again.
All right.
The spirit.
So there's this table in front of you. I'll narrate it again. There's this big old table in front of you, and this mug of this frosted mug of ale. You poured it all out into yourself, and then as soon as you set it back down and started throwing up, the mug completely refilled itself. And the mug
It's
of
like
ale
you didn't even touch a drop of it.
This isn't gonna be fun, and I'm just gonna.
I mean, if you want, I can put a nipple on it if that'll make it any easier for you.
I'm gonna. Slam
Why is the
bottom-
blue one yelling?
I'm gonna slam the bottom of the mug on the table, and I will presume to chug it once more.
Okay. In that case, give me a Constitution saving throw. Now
It would be an advantage, correct?
Well, it would. However, you have
I don't think
poison.
poison. I think poison's for ability checks and attacks. I don't think it's for saving throws.
Okay. In that
I
case,
could be mistaken on that, but
honestly, I don't 100% recall. Let's take a
can
quick
double check
gander.
real.
Oh, poison.
Attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that counts for saving throws.
Well, in that case, feel free. Go ahead and roll with advantage in the
Yeah.
tower.
As I slam it, I'm gonna do before this, just because why not? I haven't used it yet. I will second wind as a bonus action.
Okay.
And as a bonus action for Durnan, I'm going to cast Vicious Mockery. That does no damage. I just laugh really loud.
Let's hear it.
And I will. That's in the tower, right? The save.
Yeah, you
Yes,
fool.
please. Oh no. I don't know what's going on with you, man. You got a 1 and a 2.
Well, I mean,
Looks
I
like
did roll an
somebody
18 on
woke
the
up
first
this
one.
morning.
Unfortunately.
Looks like somebody woke up this morning and had an extra dose of little bitch flakes.
Man, it's disgusting when you drink this stuff.
Yeah, I'm not used to drinking this type of stuff. I'm a robot.
Yeah. You don't have to eat. You don't have to drink. You don't have to sleep. You don't have to breathe. What gave you the instinct to reach out and chug the mug?
Because it's Durnan. I have to.
I would also wager that maybe it's kind of like pre-programmed in by the dwarves. Like, they gotta have a drinking buddy, right? You know, when you're not like defending the wall or the Underdark, you're in the tavern, man. You're crushing mugs. You like chug the glass mugs back in the dwarven halls, and you smash the glass bottle on your metal forehead. Ah! But not here, man. I think your glory days are well behind you. You don't feel like a frat boy anymore. As you
Starting to get rusty.
You regain the poison condition. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry. I'm gonna reset that back to 5.
Haha, joke's on you. That's not actual mail. It's dragon piss.
That is well
Hey,
established
Elephant
in the
Man,
canon.
you look like you can scull an ale pretty well. Come over here, and that will be my turn. Do I take thunder damage for failing this one as well?
I was just about to say, as you fail, the raucous laughter from the wall of thunder ripples again. Boo! And you take another point of thunder damage.
Okay.
Ooh,
And
man.
that
As he challenges me, I reach over, grab the mug, bottoms up, and put it back down on the table.
He's here.
There is a ghostly afterimage.
Oh, I thought it was just voices coming from nowhere.
It kind
Okay.
of fades in and out. It's like Durnan is ever present within this within like 5 or 10 feet of the table. It's like he's standing across from you at the moment. I don't have a token for him, but he's there. He's all around us, if you will.
I am everywhere.
Sometimes it sounds like he's whispering in your ear, mocking you, and sometimes it sounds like he's yelling at you from like across the yawning portal. Sometimes it sounds like a PA system. Did you just say bitch?
Yeah, he did.
I love this
But
game.
that will be my turn.
All right, pass your turn. Marlon, what happens next, my friend?
He's just gonna start heading back to where everybody else is at.
Okay. You see that Bright is in the midst of her ritual. You see that the magic that you bestowed upon this corpse is allowing it to hold together. You can see that the corpse is looking at you, or looking in your direction anyway. It's hard to tell if it's looking right at you because it doesn't have eyes in its sockets.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And as you
Well, he's not going to
approach-
go any. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, as you approach, you do notice that the whole scene, it feels stressful. It feels like there is one more question hanging on the air. But go ahead. What were you going to say?
He's not going to go any closer than that, just because he recognizes her interaction. He doesn't know exactly what's going on, but he doesn't want to be a distraction, so he stops there, and he's just going to wait.
Okay.
And that's it.
In that case, Bright, we are back to you. It's round 52. I think you've got one more question, and then you'll finish putting the shoes on.
I do, but gosh, I really. Oh.
I'll tell you
You
this.
don't have to yell. We're all in the same hallway.
Am I actually yelling?
I'll tell you this. As Marlon turns and faces the scene, you sense a change in the demeanor of the skeleton. She's no longer trembling, and she almost breathes a sigh of relief. It's like, but obviously it sounds so creepy. It's like a sigh of relief from the underworld itself. This ghostly decompression, almost. And she says, "Oh, it's not him. That's
No.
Grandpa." And this childlike laughter emits from this feeble skeleton.
You're right, it is Grandpa.
Oh, man.
Well, she described the guy in black robes. And I think the only person I know with black robes or wearing dark clothing in general was the proprietor man, so yeah. But I digress. I think I don't really have anything on the top of my head that I really want to ask her for information per se. But I think that I just want to make sure that she's laid out nicely, everything is put together okay, and that she finally has everything that she has which seems to just be the amulet, but just in case, I guess. I'll ask her, is there anything else I can do to help you?
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
And as you ask this question, I imagine like you're finishing putting the little shoes on, and you ask the question like right as you're finishing up. And as you finally push and it's a hard task because they're such old shoes, so you're being very careful not to break them because they're so dried out and weathered by years. But you finally slip the little white leather strap through the ancient brass little buckle, tiny little fragile buckle. You know how those tiny little kid shoes can be in real life. And as soon as you finish that up, you ask her the question, and you glance up, and you are looking at a little girl.
Hey.
She's not a corpse anymore. She looks young and vibrant. She has black hair, shiny black hair, a pale complexion. She has a little black bow in her hair. She has bright blue eyes and freckles. She's wearing a little white dress to match her little white shoes, which now look so perfectly polished and shiny. And she says, "Yes, you can let me go." And then she holds up the amulet of Lathander, and as she holds it up, she just kind of evaporates. And the amulet goes with her. And as she evaporates, she says, "Thank you. Thank you for putting me to rest. You are a good girl." And you guys feel wrapped in love. You and Marlin feel wrapped in love like a warm blanket on a cold, cold night.
Yay.
And I'm going to give you guys a little benefit.
No.
So you guys have you guys have the feeling of a warm blanket wrapped around you, and I'm going to call that the Blessing of Lathander. And that equates to a 4th level casting of False Life. In addition, you guys feel like the warmth of this blanket is pouring into your souls. And when you close your eyes, every now and then for the rest of the dungeon, when you blink or close your eyes, it's like you see just the faintest glimmer of this little girl's face smiling at you, like she is standing right in front of you with curiosity and eyes of wonder. And the other benefit is you guys can both regain 2 spell slots of your choice of any level.
Wonderful. Thank you. Done.
Okay. Marlon, did you grab some of that?
Yeah, I'm just looking real quick.
Gotcha. Marlon, as this happens in front of you, and the little girl fades away, the corpse is gone, and there is just a poor, sad little blackened spot, like a stain almost, where the corpse used to lay. The shoes are gone, the amulet is gone, and as this little girl fades, you hear like a little whisper in your ear, and it's the little girl's voice, and she says, "Thank you, Grandpa." And she just like giggles in your ear very cheerily. You think that she's probably not literally calling you Grandpa. It's just like a term of endearment. She seems very friendly.
Okay.
All right. So, would finishing up the spell count as the remainder of my action?
I'm gonna say yes. Yeah, that was the conclusion of a little mini quest, if you will.
Alrighty. Then, I'm going to look back and see if I can't go back over to where everyone's crowded around and hop back over on top of this dragon statue. As per usual.
One more thing, Amai, I'm gonna give you 1 point of inspiration.
Well, thank you.
For good role play and a very kind gesture.
Aw, thank you.
I will deny your movement, though. We'll have you do that next turn.
Oh!
I'm gonna say that the conclusion of this whole affair was that used up your whole turn.
Oh, okay.
All right, Edvard Thar. Enough with this funny business with the ghosts and the spirits and the little girl. What does the sword tell you to do?
Sword doesn't tell me anything. It's a sword. Swords don't talk.
That is exactly correct. So what do you do instead?
I use my mage hand to turn the thing.
All right. So you grasp with your mind. You feel this. You feel your mage hand tighten around. I want to maybe like a mage trunk. We'll play with that later. But you firmly grasp the handle and you twist it. You can sense that it will require more than one twist in order to activate whatever this is. And as you examine this little dragon statue, you can see that it has little bony fingers below it in the shape of a cage. And Frick, he has overcome his fear, and he's just kind of gingerly like stepping forward and looking into the little fingers of the cage. And he's just kind of like every now and then he'll like reach a finger inside, try to like touch the stuff inside, but it's just barely out of reach because his hands are so small. That was a bonus action to twist the thing. Do you have anything else you want to do, or are you good here?
I'm going to point my sword directly at Frick and just go,
Oh yeah, he jumps into the wall almost. He just like,
He went into Bright's room.
He teleports away. Yeah, he sidesteps reality and ends up in Bright's little prison cell. I mean, bedroom, whatever.
Same thing.
What's the difference?
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
All right. Regulus, he floats menacingly at nothing in particular. He just kind of floats around, big old helium balloon that he is. Frick, we've already narrated Frick. Frack, he's just kind of in awe at the situation. He's just kind of watching Bright very closely. He's kind of forgotten about Regulus the Flump. He's forgotten about his twin brother Frick. He's just watching Bright. And now it's Yogvin's turn.
Hey, Yogvin, look at me.
Yeah.
Bitch.
Yogvin, you're covered in ale and you stink of late stage alcoholism. Your nose is a bright red. What do you do?
Oh man.
If you want, I can hook you up to my sleigh and you can deliver presents around the world.
That sounds like an interesting gig. I'll take it than being here. Can you teleport me there now?
No. But
Do I
if
have to-
apparently drinking is not in your wheel set, if you prefer, we could, I don't know, challenge other things. And I reach down and grab a greatsword. Hold it over my shoulder.
I chug the mug again.
A ghostly greatsword is pointed directly at your face as you grab the mug and you chug it again. roll a Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Attaboy!
If you fail this one, I'm gonna give you a worse position. Okay, yeah, dude, I swear to God, you got a 1 and an 8. That's a fail for a total of a 12. You fail.
Oh my gosh.
All right, here's what happens. You can no longer chug the mug. It's so disgusting. 3 strikes and you're out, man. And the wall thunders with jeering laughter. Just, oh, boo, look at him, oh, he's gonna throw up, You take 2 points of thunder damage, and you can no longer chug
I
the
roll
mug.
a 23 on that one.
What happened, man?
Wow.
You're concentrating so
Wow.
hard on you didn't pray for holy guidance. You know, I think
Apparently
that's
not.
part of the problem.
For the first time ever, I'm gonna yell in Draconic, and I'm going to yell to Frick, and I'm gonna say, "Get your ugly ass over here now."
Oh man, you can't keep your liquor down, but I think it's affecting your persona. You started to become very aggressive.
Yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit more aggressive now.
Get your ass over here! Daddy wants to smack you around.
I'm taking the belt off. I'm just.
Oh no.
Apparently, somebody's an angry little drunk.
But that will be my turn.
Okay.
I believe that's my action to chug, right?
Yeah, it's definitely an action to chug.
Yeah. That's fine.
Marlin, you've just witnessed a very, very small miracle. I see you moving.
Yeah, he's just gonna, as he gets to the, even with Bright, he's gonna kind of get this, as much as he can muster, a smile, and maybe more of a twinkle in his eye, and he'll point down to where the bones were and say, "She called me Grandpa," and just kind of makes, and then he'll say, "I've delayed the wall for a moment or two, but we really have to get out of here."
I agree. Go on. You can make it on your own. I believe in you, Harlan. I believe in you. I'll be right
And-
behind you for once.
And oh gosh, Regulus is right in my way, right?
You instantaneously recognize a flump. One of your first year subjects that you teach is about flumps.
What are you doing here?
He accidentally floats to the south in panic as you completely snuck up on him.
What? Why don't you try helping us get out of here?
Very powerful mind.
I don't know
You would
about that.
make an outstanding champion.
Well, at my age, if I can do anything, it's outstanding, all right? So, how about it? Help get us out of here.
I, Regulus of the Flump kind, of the 7th District of Waterdeep itself, I am at your service. And he bows as much as a Flump can bow by crossing his eye stalks and then lowering them so that he's looking at your feet. And all of his
Does he fall to the
tentacles,
ground again?
all of his tentacles point straight down. Marlin, you recognize this to be a very formal gesture. It's almost like he is some sort of nobility or even royalty? Question mark?
Friend? Question mark?
Question mark, question mark, question mark?
Yeah. As he
A lot of
does this,
question marks.
he will kind of return. He'll bow his head just a little bit and place his open palm over his heart. And he says, "That's not necessary. But please, anything you can do to help us get out of this situation, would be greatly appreciated."
He uncrosses his eyes. They raise back up, and he's He's got one eye looking at you and one eye looking down towards where Yagvin is standing. And he says, "Perhaps you would share a drink with me." And he accidentally floats backwards as he says this.
I'm really good at flying.
All right. So, do you want to keep going with this little, or is that my 6 seconds worth right there?
That's your choice. We can have a little fun with it. If you wanted
All
to
right.
keep conversing with him, then we might push it into the next turn.
Yeah, he's gonna basically put a hand up. I don't drink. I'm sorry, but we must get out of here quickly. And he'll move into the spot that he was at, and that will be his full double movement.
Okay. Regulus, his eyes now wander to the east, or excuse me, the west. To the west, where he beholds Bright, the tiefling. And Bright, do you have your wings out?
Yes.
Okay. Then Regulus mainly sees Bright. He doesn't really look past Bright yet. His mouth opens wide. But we'll end his turn there.
Look at him.
And now, Bright, it is your turn as you see this floating little helium balloon monster.
Oh my goodness. What are you? I'm just gonna go right up to its face and just fly in front of it. Like way close up to its face.
You bump into him, and being the helium balloon that he is, he just kind of floats and bounces off the ceiling and bounces off the wall. It sounds like he's laughing almost.
Oh, you're amusing.
I'm Regulus of the 7th District of Waterdeep. Who are you, winged creature of lore and legend? And he floats back towards you.
She'll talk as she's like touching his tentacles and his eye stalks, really just looking into him. Very investigative, I guess, for his features. She goes, "Hi."
Owen, by the way, you guys, he freaking stinks. He has a stench wafting off of him. He smells like rotten milk. He smells like garbage and sewage. And it's just like, Bright, you reach out and touch a tentacle, and it's like your finger gets coated in this awful, transparent, but stinky slime. And it drips off your fingers. And he says, "I am a Flumph. It is a pleasure to meet you, friendly bat creature." And he starts reaching out with his tentacles to wrap them around you in an embrace.
Oh, well, is that what I look like? I don't know what I look like. But I like bats.
And he gives you a hug with his tentacles, and you get covered in this awful, disgusting smell.
Yeah, don't touch the tentacles.
Just
Mr. Regulus, you don't smell very good. I think
You made me ink.
and the tentacles, like he like slides around you. The tentacles don't move, but his body moves around you.
Yeah.
And then he lets go, and he starts floating behind. And he's like looking off towards the far west, but he comes to a pause over the black stain.
Wait.
And he just kind of looks down.
Mr. Regulus, you don't want to go over there. You don't want to go over there. He's going to try and attempt to hold on to one of his tentacles, even though it's really slimy.
Okay. Can you give me an athletics check?
Oh, yeah. Is that in the tower?
Yes, in the tower. Okay. Nope. It's like trying to grab. It's like trying to grab a hot dog. Just like slips out. Just a completely fruitless endeavor.
Yeah.
And you're left covered in stench and slime. There's no mechanical downside to it. It's all role play. You stink now.
It just smells bad.
Maybe there will be a mechanical impact later. Who knows? I'm gonna think about that.
She's not having a good time smelling funky, so she will prestidigitate herself clean.
Very clever.
Which is in
I
action.
cast counterspell.
You start to prestidigitate, and all of a sudden your fingers spark and catch fire as Durnan, the wizard, casts counterspell and negates your prestidigitation.
What?
And he laughs.
It's not working. Wait, there's another voice. Is there another Mr. Regulus?
No, there better not be.
Even worse.
Even worse. And the flaming wall is not there anymore, right? Or is it still there?
You look down past the flump. You see this roiling ball of acid that takes up the whole entire hallway. And every now and then you can see little spikes and jets of flame shooting out from the sphere, but it's not proceeding forth as it would normally.
South of us.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I thought you were looking to the west. To the south,
No,
you
south
see,
of us.
yeah, that wall of flame is not there anymore.
Okay.
It's like the edges of the walls are still lit with fire. It's like somebody turned all the propane down, if you will.
Okay.
But the wall of flame is no longer present at this moment, and you see a table sitting in the hallway. It's sturdy wood construction. You see a ghostly man standing on one side of the table, and he is pointing a very threatening-looking greatsword into the face of Yagvin Brabant, who, despite his seemingly electrum facade, is disturbingly pale.
Once again, that's just not true. I'm not Electrum. I refuse to accept this. I refuse to play a character that is made of Electrum.
I'm sorry,
I refuse.
So
Your
you're
mic-
looking awful green to me right now.
Sorry, Alex, your mic cut out for a minute there. But anyway, Bright, it's still your turn.
Yes. Okay. So I know I moved 25 feet over. I'm still weirdly slimy, but I see something threatening down south. Edvard is fiddling with the dragon head, right?
You
is
don't
that what
know
you're
that.
doing?
Yes, but
Is
you
that
don't
what you're
know
doing
that.
with your mage hand? Because I
You
can
s-
see from here.
You see a
right?
ghostly blue trunk inside the dragon's mouth.
It's invisible. Jeez, don't.
Oh,
see
I'm so
nothing.
sorry. It's invisible.
Oh, it's invisible.
Never mind. You don't see
Okay.
shit.
You ain't
Isn't
seen nothing.
isn't it the rogue one that you can see?
With the ability that I gave him, he can turn it invisible. I think
No,
I
actually,
think the Mage Hand Legend
my-
domain allows it to turn invisible, right? Or is it
No,
the feet?
it's telepathic.
Yeah, it's the feet. It's the feet that allows it
Oh, okay, cool.
to be invisible.
All right.
Or
Well,
telekinetic. Sorry, telekinetic.
Make up your
I
mind.
just
I have both.
I'm trying to help you.
Either way,
Let me help you.
Let me help you.
my gosh.
Just a moment,
So-
guys. I want to jump in
Okay.
for a moment to say thank you to Square Milex. Square Milex with a
Oh,
raid.
yeah.
Looks like we got anywhere between 18 to 15 viewers. I guess a few of them died in the intervening moments between one post and the next. But thank you so much for coming to watch. This is Praetor's Rejects. If you're not familiar, my name is DM Huxley, and
yeah.
right now, I'm just going to zoom the map out for a moment so everyone can see roughly what's happening. This is a playtest of this is my first time running DM stuff in Fantasy Grounds, and I am just running these players through some chaos, and they're very appreciatively being responsive.
That's a lot more being on that side of the screen, isn't it?
It's a lot more being on this side of the screen, man. I have a newfound appreciation for everything you did for us. Oh my god. But I'm having the
Not
time
to
of my
us.
life. This is very fun. Hate you, Duff.
God, you old bastard.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's round 53, and the initiative never stops. This group of adventurers has 15 minutes and only 15 minutes to make it all the way through this seemingly spiral-shaped dungeon of traps, monsters, mayhem, and flumps.
Flumps, yes.
I just zoomed all the way in on the flump.
You really love that flump.
I do, and I'm loving Regulus
They're
as a
so
character.
cute.
I think he's cool.
You mean Reggie?
Reggie.
Reggie is his father, excuse me.
Who said that? Alex, you might cut out again.
My bad.
It's my first time encountering anything like it. It's really cute.
But thank you so much for watching and enjoying. Please stick around if you want. We have a lot of fun stuff left to do tonight. Bright, I think it's still your turn.
Yes.
I completely lost the thread.
I just wanted to, since I see that there is a threatening something up ahead, I want to tell Edvard, Marlin, those that are nearby, hey. And then she turns over to the kobolds. They can't understand me, but you tell them not to touch my rod in there, okay? I'm gonna come back for it. And then I'm going to flap my wings, and I'm going to dash on over to where Yogvin is, who somehow is not looking so hot. And I want to land on the table.
Okay.
Get off my table!
you fly forward. You fly forward, you fly through the space where the wall of fire was. You land on the table, and betwixt your feet sits a refreshing-looking giant glass mug full of some sort of dark amber liquid. And before you, the visage of a mustachioed, mutton-chopped man fades in and out at the will of our guest, King Bashman. You can narrate whatever you want, man. You won't really have any mechanical effect, but you can really antagonize the shit out of these people at your leisure.
The one that yells a lot has finally arrived. You get the fuck off my table!
Oh, no, you're pointing
My
a bad
table!
thing at my
Get off my
friend,
table!
so I will do what I
Get off
want
my
on this
table!
table.
I knock her off the table.
Durnan, you
kicks
reach
the leg
forward
off
and
the
slap.
table.
I'm going to make just a quick d20 roll. Just want to see if it happens. You get an odd result. That means your hand passes right through Bright, unfortunately. So it's like you're there, but you're not there. So frustrating. Not getting your way is not in your wheelhouse.
He goes, huh?
Cast meteor.
Raspberry at him.
Bright.
Like, Yogvin, are you okay?
What's
Somebody
the
can't
definition of
handle their
okay?
liquor.
Yup.
This
I
man
know.
this man is Durnan. He's a bar owner and he wants me to drink this, and it tastes god awful.
Oh no. Oh dear.
Yeah.
The Electrum Warrior couldn't hold his own. You're welcome to try if you want.
He's looking a little tin in the face there, Yogvin.
Well,
Indeed.
you are made of metal, and maybe drinking things combined with metal is not a good idea.
I didn't even know I could taste.
No, I didn't either. Well, I dash, so I don't have an action, but I will stay here on the table, and I will
I will guard this mug with my life.
Get off my
I'm gonna
table!
chill here on the table
DM
and
question.
What's up?
just look over at the guy.
Can I grab a hold of the mug and kick the table?
Let's find
Kicks
out.
the leg out of one of the table legs.
I said get off my damn table.
All of a sudden, the table flies out from underneath your feet, Bright. The mug remains floating in midair below you, and you go crashing to the ground, and you land in the prone. And then the table rematerializes directly over you, and the mug is sitting on the table again. So now you're under the table.
I told you to get off my table.
Try to hover my way down gracefully and stay it.
Oh, really? Oh, you want to flex on the
I wanna
greatest,
flex.
most.
He's trying to flex on me. I will flex right
I'm not
back.
trying to flex on anybody. I told you 4 times to get off my fucking table, and you
We
didn't
got,
listen.
ladies and gentlemen, we got to flex off. Bright, what action do you want to roll to try to maintain your balance as you descend, falling with style, as some would call it?
Roll your
Falling
flex.
with style. Well, it's with style, therefore it is performance.
Very clever. Go ahead and roll a performance check in the tower.
I will, and I will use an inspiration on that out of spite.
I don't think you can use it
Damn.
any better way in a dungeon like this. So that was a
I'm
flat
sorry.
roll. So give me
I
another
need
one.
to do one more.
Let's just see if you scrape by. Falling with style is your middle name. You land on your feet, and it's still sudden, but you land on your feet, and you kind of like crouch down as you land, and then the table appears directly over your back, kind of like right in the space where your wings were about to be. You kind of like close your wings for a second, and the table appears. So you very narrowly avoid embarrassing defeat, laying on the ground. Jeez Louise. And the mug still sits on the table. It's quite heavy table. You're surprised that this spectral man was able to kick it at all. It's a heavy oak table. You know, he kicked
Never
it like
skip
it
leg
was
day.
balsa wood. Never skip leg day.
Never skip leg day.
Looks
I
like
can just
cleaning
imagine
IKEA furniture.
I'm gonna chill by the Agvin since all of that happened.
We jump cut to a scene on top of the yawning portal where Dernan has like a gym and he's just squatting and he's like, never skip leg day. And as he like squats, he's like eating like a turkey leg while he's like carrying like a Snorlax on his back or something, doing squats. I don't know.
But I thought Dernan had a bad knee.
That's why he does
No.
leg day.
That's
why
why
I
he
do
does
leg day.
leg day.
He's carrying around a Snorlax.
And the camera pans down, and he's actually doing a pistol squat on his good knee. So the other one's stuck out.
Yeah. Ah.
So
He's got one really beefy leg, and the other one's like a twig.
I'm
right.
not going to do anything else. I'm just going to check on my dear friend who suddenly looks a little more blue in the face than usual.
Bright, the wall of energy behind you is faint, and it ripples as you approach. It kind of vibrates. It seems to hum and buzz, and you can sort of kind of hear the sound of. Is that like a clinking of glasses? Is there a faint sound of music coming from the wall itself? It almost sounds like there's distant conversations. It's like they're so weird. It's like it kind of sounds like there's people in a room or like there's a party going on, but it sounds like it's 100 miles away. Anyways, passing your turn, Edvard
They
Thar.
like my flex though.
They didn't laugh at you, jeering and mocking. So far, so good. You know,
Yeah.
Edvard, I believe you have a task.
Mage hand, turn the thing.
Okay. Awesome turn. Good job. No, I'm kidding.
That is all.
That is
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Good night.
Even during his first
Next week
clapping. Good job.
Praetor's Gauntlet. You'll find out what happens.
Yeah, the case of the,
Next episode of
the twisting trunk.
Mage Trunk.
Edvard,
Or
you continue turning this thing. A second rotation goes. It seems like there's still a little ways to go. So yeah, I'm afraid you're not done twisting this sucker just yet. Is there anything
So
else?
are the sands in the hourglass.
These are the
Firmly
days of our
grasping.
lives.
I
These are
am
the
firmly
15-minute
grasping.
adventuring days of our lives.
Can I use my bonus action to turn it one more time?
I'm afraid not.
Yeah, okay.
You're not an expert
take
dragon straddler like somebody else in the party.
Yeah, from my experience, I can tell you it's going to take you at least 2 to 3 turns.
Sounds like somebody's got some bard experience.
I guess that'll end my turn.
Okay. Regulus, he drifts down towards the stain. Edvard, you hear in your head, there was a presence here. Something dark. Something.
Yeah, a child. We took care of it.
Something insidious. I can see shadows and shining white teeth. And the eyes look up and they start looking around. It's like he's looking at the walls, now the ceiling, now the floor. It's like he's searching for something along the walls. And he'll pass his turn. Frack follows Bright. He kind of like runs past Marlin, past the wall of fire, and just kind of like comes up and stands in front of Yagvin, and just kind of sort of like stands at the position of attention, almost, as much as a little kobold can bother to do something like that.
He's saluting.
No, he doesn't salute. He doesn't know how, but he's like standing like, it's like he's, well, like he's he doesn't know what to do. He doesn't know what to do. He's like he's just looking at you like, and then he kind of like leans forward and he's like, but to you, Yagvin, he says, I think I have something to help you. And he turns around and he runs back towards Edvard Thar and starts tugging on his cloak. And he goes, and Yagvin, you hear him say, "Give me the bag! Give me the bag!" And then Frick is just standing in the corner, cowering. Yagvin, it's your turn.
So Frick doesn't listen to me?
Frick, no, he doesn't. He's been intimidated by Edvard. As far as Frick knows, Edvard is standing in front of him, kind of like blocking him into the corner, and he's got his sword out, and he just looks menacing. Frick doesn't know what the deal is with the floating hand. He just felt something like brush by him when he was on top of the statue, and he freaked out. And then as he started like poking around again, Edvard intimidated him with the sword, and now he's just like stuck in the corner.
You're in the timeout corner.
Turn around, face the wall. You think about what you've done.
Edvard, the little one says that they need the bag in order to help Bright. I don't know what that means, but that's what they are saying.
No, he was saying that to you, Yagvin. He said he was talking to you. Frack was. Frack said, "I think I have something that can help you." And then
to me.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then he ran to Edvard.
Never mind. He said he has something to help me, not Bright. Sorry, I misunderstood. His speaking's a little weird.
It's draconic. It's draconic, you know. It's weird.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Definitely not the DM's fault.
Anyways, for some reason, my body compels me to not drink from this mug anymore, so I cannot do this. Somebody needs to do this.
I tell you what, if you want to, you can make a will save at the same DC in order to convince yourself to drink it.
I don't know if I want to convince myself though. That's the thing.
But it might get worse for
Yeah,
you.
you do.
It might get worse for you.
Oh, you know you want to.
You're a big
I
damn
really
hero.
don't.
Are you a hero or a coward?
I don't
It's really
fall
the
under
question.
peer pressure, sir.
You mean beer pressure?
Peer pressure.
Beer pressure. Apparently I'm good at that
pressure.
either. So,
Come on, drink,
I'm just
drink,
gonna have.
drink.
And the
I'm just gonna have
walls-
my echo go right next to Frick.
The wall starts rippling, and you hear people chanting, "Drink, drink, 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 drink."
As I
drink,
look over
drink.
and see a half orc with assless chaps in the portal.
Yeah. But that is a story for another time. We're not doing that now.
Bottoms up, you damn pansy.
No, I don't think I will, Durnan. And there's not a damn thing you can do about it.
Boo!
You wanna bet?
And the wall, the wall flickers, and you hear the jeering and the shouts of discontent as you take 1 point of thunder damage
And then I rolled fucking nat 20 on.
My
And Bright takes 3 points of thunder damage as the wall ripples.
Ow.
And you guys feel this in your chest. It's like it's not just loud; it's thundering, and it hurts when the sounds happen. Like,
What are you doing? You stop that!
What? I didn't do it, and why are you yelling?
I think Yagvin,
I
you
do
moved.
what?
You moved.
Yeah, I
your
want my echo to be right next to Frick.
Okay, so you float your echo past Edvard Thar, past the statue over to Frick. Frick seemingly melts into the cornerstones. Just.
My God.
And saying that it works, I just teleport my echo again over by Frack.
You move it again? Is that?
Yeah.
Oh,
Or I'll just summon it again. But
okay. Where to? Like back to the original spot?
yeah, right where it was. Yeah.
Okay, so it's like
I just wanted to see him get scared. In all actuality,
this silent, floating specter of a robot with a flaming sword flies after Frick and terrorizes the hell out of him, and then just goes back. It's like, what the?
That is all.
That you guys are torturing this guy. What the hell?
And
He's our least favorite child.
He has red
Perhaps.
hair, doesn't he?
I don't really have anything to do. I guess I'll just try to discern exactly what the portal's saying. Is it other than just booing or?
No roll required. It's indistinct. It
Okay.
doesn't sound like anything in particular.
It's just like being at a bar and a bunch of people are talking.
From a great distance. Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe if you got closer, it might.
Yeah,
sound
I'm good.
different. Or it might not. Who knows?
Why not? I will just tell the rest of the party that the mug needs to be chugged
Okay.
by somebody who can work with it, but I can't, and that will be my turn.
Does anybody contain the proper constitution needed to prevail in this challenge? Probably not, but fuck it, let's find out.
As the 99-year-old man comes over and absolutely skulls this beer.
And Toby Keith starts playing I Ain't As Good As I Once Was.
I'm as good as once as I ever was.
Good song.
Marlon.
Yeah, Marlon, as he comes up alongside or close to Edvar, he relays that I've bought us some time with the wall, but we need to get out of here. Oh yeah, and do you know why elephants aren't very good dancers?
Because we have 4 left feet.
No, you have 2 left feet. Dummy! How do you have 4 left feet? Oh my gosh. Big brain. Yeah, whatever.
I love it.
I'm so entertained right now. This is great.
Marlon just really likes to insult the elephant.
My face hurts. Oh,
That's a cut one, cudgy old bastard. I like him.
Reminds him of yourself, Dernan?
Shut up, fucking Electrum Warrior. And yes.
Yes.
Is that Durnan I hear?
you do recognize the voice, Marlon. Of course you do.
You know
You-
this man?
You old fart. What are you doing here? You're older than I am.
Yeah,
What-
but I'm more spry. What's your point?
What's wrong with you? Usually you're quicker than that on the comeback. You really must be getting old.
It's bad reception.
Some kind of interference. Somebody accidentally hit the mute button. I don't know what's going on.
It's-
You're losing your touch. That's what it is. It happens. I understand. So, how do we get out of here?
Hell if I know. Somebody needs to actually chug this drink, though. The first one that tried, well, let's just say didn't succeed. So,
Well, I ain't doing it. Hey, Elephant Man, get up here. We need you.
Maybe if it comes down to it, Richie the Floof can try to drink it. I don't know. Somebody needs to.
Reggie is his father.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, Richie the Floof, you want to come try it?
It's Flump. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't remember asking. Anyway, that wasn't the question.
What is the concoction, if I may be so inquisitive?
Yeah, fuck if I know, man. Come drink and find out. I don't know. I just serve the shit. I don't make it.
Looks like
Ah,
ale.
Jesus juice. I shall pass on the offer, but thank you.
That sounds like it'd have a whole different meaning of connotations there. I'm just not going to touch it, but okay.
Okay, this is Ben talking. I've always heard of Jesus juice as being just like the mix of whatever's left over at the end of the party. They just pour it all into a keg with like a whole bunch of cut up pineapples and stuff.
That's a real
Yeah, that
thing.
too. Yes, it is.
Why would you do that?
And it goes by many names, but I've heard it
or
called
jungle
Jesus
juice.
juice or jungle juice.
You
Because when
said
you drink it,
Jesus
you'll see
juice, and
Jesus.
I thought of like, you mean like wine?
Yeah, same here.
That would
No, it's because when you drink it, you have a come to
You go
Jesus
see
moment with
Jesus,
yourself.
yeah.
God,
You
if
see Jesus.
Jesus juice was an allegory for wine, that would have been right up Regulus's alley as far as the way he talks. But I didn't think of it,
That's what
so
I'm saying.
it doesn't count. But that is really funny. I'm going to save that for later. Jesus juice as wine. That's really funny.
That's exactly what the first thing that came to my mind.
And Craig juice is cold Coors Light.
That was PBR.
Yeah, BB.
At the Rockies.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Whatever's the cheapest.
Moving on. Stop
BR,
distracting
yeah.
me.
No.
Yeah, anyway, who's going to drink this damn thing so I can go the fuck home?
Bright, I think he's talking to you. It's your turn.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Looking at you, Blue One.
So,
Stop yelling.
I'm not yelling!
Then why are you yelling?
I think, so Yakvin doesn't feel well, right?
Yagvin?
Like, you're poisoned?
I'm fine. You would know that Yogvin could have ended the poison condition himself if he really wanted to.
Okay, because I'm like,
He's like, this is my
he
penance.
says he's fine. Then I will believe him for it.
I have shamed the gods. This is my punishment.
This is the cross I must bear.
Getting drunk is a punishment.
Bright, there is a heavy oak table sitting in the middle of this hallway, and there is a frosted glass mug of a dark amber liquid sitting atop.
Mm-hmm.
Behind you is this vibrating sheet of energy.
Mm-hmm. Can I make you a deal instead? What did you say your name was?
Probably not, but go ahead and humor me.
He goes, well, my friend here couldn't really drink it that well, and he's a robot. He just threw it all up. I don't know what it's going to do with my tender insides. Is this just to entertain your tavern full of people?
Are you accusing me of setting up this as some type of a trap merely for entertainment?
Drink.
That does
Drink,
sound exactly
drink,
like you.
Drink,
Durban.
drink, 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 drink,
Drink, drink, drink, drink, drink, drink, drink. Oh, sorry, I got caught up in the moment.
That's what the
Anyway,
wall
the
says.
question that back to the question I asked.
Back to the question I asked.
Yeah, I said, are you accusing me of setting this up as some type of a trap merely for the means of entertainment?
Not you.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah, it really wouldn't.
It's like, I don't know you. I don't know your life.
Lo and behold, you don't. You don't recognize the man's voice or his visage when he fades in and you can actually see him. You don't recognize him, Bright. Seems like you're not from Waterdeep.
I'm from a hole.
You recognize the flump more than you recognize Durnan.
From a hole, all right. An asshole. Anyway, yeah, I don't know what it's gonna do to your bat-like insides, and I failed to see how that's my problem. But anyway, somebody needs to drink.
Drink, drink, drink.
Why don't you
Drink, 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 drink.
Drink.
I think, well, if it just looks like some unassuming ale, you said?
It is an
It's so
amber
frosty
liquid.
and so cold.
Yeah, it's a
so
frosted
yummy.
glass mug with dark amber fluid inside.
Frosty. Cold. Yum, yum.
So
Tastes like
frosty.
cat piss.
Dragon piss, but
So I will, what I will do is I will drop my concentration for Shield of Faith that I've been having.
Okay.
And what I will do is cast Bless on myself, on Yagvin. It says I can do it to up to 3 creatures within 30 feet of me. So,
counter spell. Oh wait, this isn't Yawning Portal. Never mind.
So
Who did you want to target with that? Yourself and Yagvin and who else?
myself, Yagvin, and I guess
Frack.
I'll do Frack. No, I'll do Marlin since he's here with us.
Okay.
There we go. Did
I
it work?
don't know if that worked. You can drag the effect one by one onto either the combat tracker or probably easier to put it right on their tokens.
Target everybody. Hold on. That should do it.
Remember
No,
the
wait.
first time I cast spells too.
There we go.
Now I see targets.
Mhm.
Yeah, you had my tokens.
Yeah, for some reason I had Yagvin selected. There we go.
Okay. So
That's
you
better.
bestow this little blessing.
So I want to do that for the 3 of us here, and then, well, I might as well give it a try. At this point,
It's the spirit.
it's like, well, it looks nice and frosty, and I do enjoy a good drink.
Okay.
So let's have at it.
So
It's frosty, much yum.
so you're saying that you have had a beer before? How old are you? Are you
She
21?
Can I see some ID?
I believe she's just under 30, technically.
Okay.
But she has the mannerisms of a teenager because she hasn't been socialized since she was like 13.
Mm-hmm. You right. Okay, so drinking the mug is going to take an
So
action.
socially awkward.
And-
Got it. You know what'll help with that? Alcohol.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't drink the mug, but you can pick it up and get yourself ready, I guess. But unfortunately,
Okay.
under the very strict constraints of this dungeon, we got to keep track of those actions. You already cast a spell, so you'll have to drink it next turn.
That's fine. I guess she'll just free interaction pick up the mug and
Yeah.
keep it in hand.
It's ice cold, and the brew smells peculiar, but it does definitely smell like beer.
Hmm.
Edvard Thar, I think
Yeah.
I know what you want to do this turn.
Kill everybody. I mean,
Roll for
Mage-
murder. Make a
Mage Strong turn the thing.
Can you make a murder check in the tower? Okay, so you turn this this thing.
There you go.
You kill 3 people. You got a 3.
Sweet.
God, one day it'll be that.
Durnan ain't one of them.
You turn this thing and you hear a distinctive click from somewhere beyond the stone wall, and the fingers open up, and within is a series of little objects. You see a small vial. It looks like a little fluid, like some kind of green substance inside. You see a tiny pink crystal sitting on a tiny little pillow. And then there are 4 magical scrolls wrapped up in a tight little bundle.
Okay, I'm going to grab all that.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and drag that parcel into the inventory. And I see there's a lot of stuff in the party sheet, so I kind of want you guys to grab that stuff at some point. You guys can take a moment to divvy it up amongst yourselves whenever it's convenient for you, but this stuff is here, so why not? Of course, you'll have to wrestle it out of the cold dead fingers of Edvard Thar, because he now has basically everything that's on the party sheet.
Carrying all of those things, technically.
Actually, Bright has most of them.
No, I took what was mine already.
Oh, and you guys get 300 electrum pieces too. You're welcome.
Oh,
Why?
I'm going
Go to a currency exchange.
come, because I don't know what this frick or frack is saying, and walk past them. Go
I told you what they said.
He did.
That he has something to help him. He didn't say, "Give me the bag," like he was saying.
Yeah, you just kind of like push him out. I don't know. Are you mean about it? Like you just walk right by him, but
I'm just like, you are insignificant, and I'm just walking past you.
okay, yeah. So your large body, you just kind of body him. Like maybe not. You don't mean to be rude, but you just kind of like bump into him and you shove him off to the side, and you step
Bullshit.
forward.
I know, John. I fully believe he intends to be rude.
Who's John?
That's an excellent question. Question for another time.
I'm gonna go up to Marla and say, "Hey, there were some scrolls here. You want those too?"
Oh, well, yeah, I'll take a look at them. Sure.
Hey, you know what this green vial's for?
Not off the top of my head, I don't think.
I will, just a moment. I will say a couple things real quick. Did you want to take those scrolls from Edvard Thar, Marlin?
Yeah, I thought I just said that. No?
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I'm going to go ahead and move them to your inventory.
Aight.
If my mouse will cooperate. Sometimes it won't let me grab things in Fantasy Grounds. It's really weird. There we go.
Isn't DMing fun?
Yeah, well, I'll tell you what's really fun is this archaic software.
Yeah.
And then, gotcha. And then, yeah, go ahead and proceed, Edvard. I think you had another question about the potion.
Yeah, is there a way do I get the feeling that potion might help with this little drinking game?
That's a good question. I will allow anyone to try to identify any potion with a skill check of some kind. And you just gotta tell me what skill check you want to make.
Here we go.
You smash it on
Guidance.
the ground and you breathe. You inhale deeply of its vapors.
It's a bottle of chlamydia.
And your nose leaks.
I would like to try to perceive what it is.
Okay, make a perception check on the tower. All right, Edvard, you behold this little green potion. It's a small vial of glittering green fluid with tiny leaves of clover suspended within, and you identify it as a potion of luck. Whoever drinks this potion immediately gains 1 point of inspiration.
I will.
I drink it.
No. I move 5 feet further. I give. I toss the rest of the stuff to Bright, who's been doing all the dragon heads. So that way she has the pink stone and all that. Um, but I tell her what the green vial is, and she's got the mug in hand.
Okay.
When I give it to her, that'll be my turn.
All right. Let's see here. Around the corner, Edvard, you hear Regulus. He's kind of muttering to himself in his own mind. He's no longer talking to you, but he's saying things, and it's not always in common now. It's like he's shining teeth. There is a dark presence here. We should move quickly. Something is watching us.
You don't say.
Hey, glad you could catch up with us, Sarah.
Forward is this way.
Frack walks back up to Yagvin and just kind of shrugs his shoulders, like, meh. He
I
didn't
just shrug back.
Frick, he's just kind of like scooting this way. And he just keeps on going.
And he attacks Regulus.
Oh no, not Richie the Fluff. Oh.
Oh no, whatever shall we do with our favorite floating ball of tentacles?
Yagvin, it's your
Well,
turn.
once again, not much I could really do.
Yeah, Bright has the vial, or not the vial, the mug. Bright has
But
the
the
mug
mug,
at the moment.
yeah.
She's like two-handing it because it's really big and heavy.
I guess I'll just move my echo, see where it is. I just will observe, and I guess I'll hold an action, or no, I won't. That I just sit idly and watch.
Okay. Yeah, and I'll remind you guys as well, just because this is not like a normal thing, but in this dungeon, you can always take an action or a bonus action to perceive your environment. To see if there's something maybe that you're missing, or like looking ahead or something, or looking behind.
Or feel shame for a free action.
Yep, that's an intimidation check that you make against yourself with advantage. As the bad thoughts come creeping in.
Advantage and plus 10 on the roll.
All right, Marlon, I think it's your turn, my friend.
All right. He will take you up on that perception. He's going to look around at the wall, the sconce, and even the floor that is right there.
Okay. Are you mainly looking forward or backward?
Mainly forward.
Gotcha.
Yep.
Go ahead and make a perception or investigation in the tower. Okay.
Looks clear.
Yep. You see stuff. Moving on. No, I'm kidding. What you perceive is obviously the scene before you. You see this faint image of Durnan. It's kind of like it's kind of like the ethereal realms version of FaceTime. Like you feel like you're actually maybe communicating with Durnan, almost like there was like a deal struck that Durnan would offer his presence just as part of the dungeon, as part of the test. Maybe someone made a deal with Mr. Durnan in order to make this happen as like a gimmick or something. You feel like this is all like a grand joke, you know.
He's here for moral support.
Moral support. I think support is a strong word, but moral something.
Yeah, right.
You also see that it's pretty obvious that there's a glyph of warding on the mosaic that has been triggered. On the mosaic right in front of you. And then looking ahead, you can see that there is obviously the sheet of energy that is going across this whole wall. It seems to vibrate and hum discordantly. And then beyond it, you can see another wall. And I'm going to read a little flavor text. The third wall crackles and sparks violently as streaks of lightning flash across the path. The air positively hums with energy and smells strongly of ozone and scorched copper. Set into the stone, from your vantage point, Marlene, you can see there is yet another mosaic. And it appears to feature a face, perhaps, but you're a little too far away to make out any of the additional features. And that's all that you perceive.
What is the glyph kind of in front of me? What is that?
Sure. Immediately to right next to you in the corner there, in the middle of the hallway, that little symbol that I put on the floor represents the mosaic that is like the trigger for this area. So this one basically looks like a mosaic of Durnan himself. It's a man with mutton chops and a mustache, very muscle bound. He's polishing a glass, and then he's standing in front of a bar top, and there is a great sword hanging on the wall behind him. All of that is depicted in mosaic tiles that are set into the floor.
That's one sexy son of a bitch looking right there.
And there's a tiny little glyph of warding set into the bottom middle of the mosaic, and it's already been sprung and triggered. Maybe there was a command word or something that was uttered that brought the glyph into activation.
Okay. Who has the mug of ale now?
You see Bright standing in the corner there next to the shimmering wall, and she's two-handing the frozen mug. She looks like she may be drinking momentarily.
Marlon's he's not going to say a word, but he's going to point to Bright and then point at the floor. Well, actually point at the mug and then point at the floor.
Okay.
And that will be his turn.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, do we want to take a break or do we want to continue? We have a little time here if you want to take about 5 or 10 minutes for a bio break. I don't need one, but if you guys want, we can break right now.
I'm good to keep going.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
fine
good.
for right now.
Okay, I'm not hearing anything, so all in agreement, we're going to proceed.
Yeah.
Gotcha. In that case, Bright, bottoms up, unless you're having second thoughts.
Drink.
The wall shimmers and vibrates behind you. It's like vibrating your whole chest. It's like you're at a rock concert.
Hello?
Standing right next to the speaker.
Oh my gosh, I've been talking the whole time and nobody has heard a word
Oh
from
no,
you.
yeah,
Oh,
I'm so
no.
sorry.
I'm like, I need 5 minutes.
Oh no, it's too late. It's too late. We already pushed on.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to hold it
should've
and
gone
drink.
when-
You're gonna have to hold your pee and drink more beer. So sorry. No, I'm kidding, of course. We will go ahead and take a 6-minute break. We'll come back on the hour. All right? Thank you very much. Please don't go away. We'll be right back. This is Praetor's Rejects.
No, that's not big enough. No, that's not big enough either. That's more like it. We're delighted to have you with us. To add to your enjoyment, we're all wound up to bowl you over at intermission time with live wire service at our snack bar, where you'll find a tempting variety of favorite foods and beverages. Now it's showtime, folks. And you can be sure it's the best show in town. Your continued patronage is very, very welcome.
Who's setting up shop? We got a cleric paladin who's also setting up shop. We're gonna call our consortium Praetor's Haberdashery Consortium. We don't sell hats.
Is we don't sell hats part of the name?
No, I just thought I'd clarify.
I like it better if it was part of the name. Yeah, me too.
Oh,
Actually, that would be very funny.
I mean, I'm the head of it, so like we could add that to the name.
Yeah, we will then. We're gonna have shirts made. I gotta get their portraits all put together, and we're gonna have merchandise.
Oh my god!
This is gonna be awesome.
Praetor's Haberdashery Consortium. Parentheses. We don't sell hats.
I would buy one of those shirts.
It's intermission. Rise and stretch time. Time to refresh yourself and visit our snack bar. Got a yen for hot popcorn? Your favorite soft drinks are sparkling cold. The juicy Frank sizzling hot. There's delicious coffee, freshly brewed, and all kinds of ice cream and candy to tempt you. Showtime will be announced loud and clear to get you back to your car in time. So stretch your legs. Come to the snack bar now.
They don't really apply to level 0 characters.
They don't? Okay. All right. So then I won't grab them. I thought that crit might be that extra one. Okay. So here's the regular damage. Oh, say good night, Francis. Oh, that's Chip. Oh. Oh, I'm sorry, Chip.
Suck it, Chip.
Whoops. I thought
I'm sorry, sir. This is a private mountain.
But I only wanted it.
This mountain is reserved for patrons.
But
it's a supply depot for all sorts of good things, which people can get at the snack bar. Like soft drinks, candy bars of all kinds, delicious popcorn, and refreshing ice cream treats.
But I am a patron.
Well, why didn't you say so? Be our guest.
Through, and you're kind of at a point where you can't really wedge your way in there anymore. You're like,
here, boy. Here, boy. Come. Here, boy. You can do it. Come on.
Yes, sir. May I help you?
I'd like 2 of those, please.
Hot dogs? Yes, sir.
And 3 of those. And 1 of those. And 5 bars of these. And a cup of that nice hot liquid.
Coffee. Coming right up.
Oh, and 2 bags of those peculiar white puffy material.
You mean our crunchy popcorn? Shall I wrap that for you, sir?
Oh, that's all right. My saucer's just outside.
They come from miles to enjoy our intermission.
I'm terribly sorry. Bjorn, you explode, and in your place is a sweet roll.
Nice. I've always done it.
Hello there. Give the demonstration of my new invention, the goodies machine. The machine turns out delicious hot doggies one after the other. And thirst-quenching sodas also. Gives popcorn of the most tasty kind, plain unbuttered. Candy too, crunchy and dandy. Steaming hot coffee and ice cream too. These goodies are at our snack bar, just waiting for you.
Private messenger. And do you know how to do that in Facebook? I mean, in Facebook, whatever. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell?
At least Facebook is still around
Wow.
hundreds of years into the future.
Hey, why mess with a good thing,
Go ahead
right?
and clip that one, guys. And you send that one to me later, too. Thanks a lot.
As everyone knows, rainbows usually have a treasure at the end. Let's follow this one and see if we can find the pot of gold.
There, and I suppose you've come to claim me treasure.
Well, we'd like to see the gold first.
Ethan, there's better than gold in here, me lad. No, just look here, no.
Candy, refreshing soft drinks, popcorn, ice cream. Well, that's some treasure, but anyone can buy luscious treats like these at the snack bar.
You don't tell me. Do you suppose you could get me a job as a snack bar attendant?
Brass knuckles he's wearing, and the creature just
did the creature go?
One more time.
What? One more time?
No, that was it.
Like you crave that corn when it's freshly bobbed, you gotta beat it to the box with the butter on the top. Get with it, man. Start strolling down to the sweets that set you rolling, the best in town. Our candy's real gone, if I'm understood. To all you squares, that means the confection is positively delicious. Cork that stuff. Give me 5. Let me send you into this nutty jive. Go, man, go. It ain't very far. Shake it on down to this cool snack bar. Come on, Jill. Give us a treat. A friendly pepper-upper with a tasty beat.
Drink Dr. Pepper, Dr. Pepper, 'cause it never lets you down.
Frosty, man. Frosty.
People, we might be able to take care of that. I
I'm
understand.
gonna sing the Doom song now.
Oh, God.
Doom, 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 da doom, doom, da doom, da doom, doom, da doom, 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 da doom, doom, da doom, doom. Doomy, 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 doom, doom, doom. The end.
Music to the ears of the hungry. The sizzle of a mouth-watering hamburger. Fresh, lean beef, done to a golden brown, couched in a soft bun, and garnished to taste. Man, that's hunger heaven. And you'll feel like you're heaven sent.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back, we are live, and we are drinking beer. I think it is Bright's turn. Oh, by the way, we have a new token on the board. What? Who is that handsome devil?
Newsflash, it's me.
Newsflash. It's Dernan, ladies and gentlemen. Dernan in the chat. Everybody say hello. Tip your bartender. He's working hard behind the scenes, making sure you guys are inebriated and enjoying the show. By the way, this this Twitch stream, it's a 2-drink minimum. So if you're not drinking, you're in the wrong.
Or if you've already met the minimum,
unless you're underage,
keep going.
No, it's a two-drink minimum starting now. So everybody drink. Tonight I am
drink.
Yeah, or you're gonna take thunder damage in real life. I will find you, and I will play loud music in your ear while you sleep.
Thunderstruck?
Tonight
Pulls the pin, tosses concussion grenade under the chair.
Squirrel! Oh my God, Edvard, that's almost worth a point of inspiration. Should I give it to him? Oh, that's
No.
so funny.
No.
Dernan said no. I can't do it. I'm so sorry. But that was really funny. He said Thunderstruck, and I really enjoyed that. Okay, Bright. Enough dawdling. I've given you enough time to take your Dramamine, retch, so you can like just empty your system. You ate a cheesesteak earlier. You're ready to drink this beer.
Well,
Are you gonna drink it? Are you gonna drink it, or are you just gonna look at it all day?
When I was muted, apparently, I heard Marlon say something about pointing and everything, and I was trying to see like if I would have noticed that.
Absolutely.
Because it's nonverbal, or it didn't seem like he was trying to say it out loud.
I would say that's your choice, Bright. If you were focused on the beer, then no, you didn't notice it. But if you think like this is a totally narrative decision, you decide.
Okay. I think that she would have noticed it then. These are right across from the table.
I mean, what's more important, Bright? This giant, delicious mug of free beer, or some curmudgeonly old man telling elephant puns?
Drink.
I'll tell you I'll give you a hint to the answer. It's the beer.
You think Dernan's biased? I don't know.
No, not at all.
Dernan's a lot more than that.
I hear it's a very special variety that he got from a nearby tavern. It's like a one-night only thing. He just keeps calling it magical ale.
what I
It's called the Lamia.
what I will do
It's an IPA called Curse of the Lamia.
is I'll notice Marlin trying to say, "Hey, try doing this." I guess with his nonverbal kind of cues.
Yeah, that's
And
the
I'm
thing. I think Marlin, or rather Loco, took great pains to not convey the intent of his gesture. So he pointed at the mug and he pointed at the floor. But what did he mean?
Was he
Well, that's
pointing
what I
at
was
the
trying to say, like,
mosaic? We'll
should I
never know.
roll for that?
Well,
Like, that's,
maybe. I'm thinking that you could make an insight check, perhaps, and if you roll well, then I'll see if
Yes,
Loco
okay.
wants to convey his intent. Otherwise, you won't be able to really figure out what he meant. You can take it at, like, however you want to take it, but if you
That's what I
succeed at
was
the
trying
insight check,
to,
then I'll have Loco explain what he meant.
That's what I was trying to clarify. Yeah. Okay. So
All right.
insight equal tower.
All right, Loco. What was Marlin trying to say here?
Well, he pointed at the mug and then pointed at the mosaic.
That is
You
correct.
can infer what you will from that.
Okay. In that case, a 22 was not enough. I'm so sorry, Bright.
You needed a 23, sorry.
It's the vapors. It's the
I'm
vapors
so
coming off
sorry.
the mug. You're already getting a little lightheaded. I do declare.
I do declare.
This Jesus juice has got a whiff to it.
It'll put hair on your chest.
And all this wine.
It just sounds wrong to say Jesus juice.
It
That
does.
doesn't sound
It does.
right.
That's why I like saying it. I just want to make my players uncomfortable. I'm that kind of GM.
As someone with Jesus in their name, I approve.
I need to look up Jesus 5e.
Jesus 5e.
Oh, don't worry. There's homebrew stats for him. I've already used them in a campaign.
There's no roll. There's no rolling. He just does whatever he wants. It's like having an extra DM at the table. It's really annoying.
Yeah. Every time you kill him, he just keeps coming back. It's like, God damn.
He's a CR30 undead.
Yeah.
When I tip this, does it actually move with the mug, like the liquid inside?
It sounds like you want to pour out some beer. Do you want to pour out some beer?
Yeah, like when I move the mug as I move with it, it's not like just stiff inside the mug. Like it's actually moving with my movements.
Certainly
right?
not. This is the archetypical, primordial essence of an ice cold mug of medieval ale. It is rich, full-bodied. It smells like a beer. There's a head, like the foam, and when you move the mug, it sloshes around. It's beer.
Yes.
For all intents and purposes.
Well,
you haven't done any scientific experiments on the liquid, but it sort of kind of looks and smells like a beer. And if it looks like a beer and it smells like a beer, maybe it tastes like one too. Quack.
It doesn't.
With Marlin pointing between the mug and the symbol, then I will. I mean, he is a man of many years of wisdom than I, so I'd be like, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and I think the floor will have a drink before I do.
Oh, no, not the floor.
You keep asking who's gonna drink this cup of mead. Well, the floor is going to. So I'm gonna pour it on the symbol.
Pour one out for the dead homies.
I'm gonna pour one out onto Durden apparently because his face is the one on the on the symbol.
And somewhere in the distant afterlife, Borg
So I guess
raises
Durden's
his
gonna-
head and looks up. Huh? As Bright pours out one for the homies, we're no longer on this material plane. Bright, you start pouring this mug of ale, and the beer lands on the floor. It splashes everywhere like a cow pissing on a flat rock. And
Okay, Duff.
Sorry, I didn't use my Mordecai voice, but yeah, you pour out this mug of ale, and it empties, and you pour out all of its contents. And then
right onto the symbol. Yeah.
and I suppose maybe you or perhaps Marlin, maybe you guys are watching the spectral projection of Durnan. Maybe signs that he's imbibing. Nope.
Glug 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 glug.
Oh, you know what? Durnan grabs a beer in front of him from wherever he is in real life, and he drinks. He's like, thanks, I guess. Although this one tastes a lot better than that one, that's for damn sure. Bright, you finish pouring out the beer, and as part of the natural muscle memory, when you're done pouring it out and it's empty, you turn it back up. And as soon as you turn it back up, the mug refills with more ale. And again, it is a completely full and iced glass of ale. Nothing else happens.
So specifically...
However...
Great. Now the floor's going to be all sticky.
and then behind you, you sense the wall vibrate and ripple as... Boo! Party foul!
Party foul.
And Bright, you take a little thunder damage, and also so does Yogvin, and also so does Edvard, and then finally Marlin. You guys all feel like it's like someone cranked up the wall to 11. And everyone's chest just vibrates in just a little bit of pain as you guys all take just a little bit of thunder damage from the wall. As yet another failure consecrates this place where maybe you will die. For God's sake, somebody drink the beer.
So
is anybody going to drink this, or are we all just going to stare at it all day?
I want to turn over to Yogvin because I wanted to ask him if he could go retrieve my immovable rod, push the button, and bring it back to me, please. Just so you know, poor guy's been standing there very not having a good time, it seems. So I want to ask him to go and do it. I was like, well, the floor didn't work, so I guess I'll give it a try next time. So I'm still gonna hold on to the mug, but I will turn to Yogvin and be like, can you go and get that, please? Well, I'll figure this out here.
Sure.
Thank you. Pouring it out, was that part of an action?
It was. Yeah, that was an action.
Okay.
So you've got a bonus action and some movement if you wish. You walk through the wall. You wanted to walk through the vibrating wall of energy? What?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay.
What I would like to do is oh my gosh. I still have Blast Light, which is good.
Just a moment, guys. Can I just verify, what is the quality of the stream? Does it look okay, or does it look really blurry and awful? Cause
looks good on my end.
Okay, maybe I'm just having
good.
Looks good on my end.
All right, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure. On my end, it looks like crap, like I'm broadcasting in potato
Aw.
quality. So maybe it's just an artifact on my end.
I'll just check your quality. What's it say?
Yeah, might switch your quality on the stream.
That is a good point. Yeah. Oh, okay. Looks like it switched to auto. Hey, how about that? Wow. Sorry, this is my first day on the internet. I have no idea what I'm doing.
Switches it to 1080, turns off all of his internet. Just
yeah. When I used to stream, I would have the stream up, but I would have the quality set down real low so it didn't eat up bandwidth.
Yes. Sorry, my lights just flickered. What?
Yeah.
All right, good. Please continue, Bright. I didn't mean to cut you off in mid stream, so to speak. Haha.
I understand.
That's okay.
No, I have less going. So with my bonus action, gosh, yeah, I don't think there's too much else that I can really do currently. but I will keep this in my hands. Nobody is looking particularly hurt at the moment, are they?
That's a good question.
Because I see just light.
Yeah,
Me and
yeah.
Marlon are healthy,
Let me
but-
just see what your. Let's see. I see healthy, light, healthy, light.
Yeah.
Yeah, so far, not too bad, guys. There has not really been a great deal of combat, quite frankly. It's been a lot of puzzles and, shall I call it respectfully, derping around.
My patience has taken some damage.
A whole lot of not drinking beers going on, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
A whole lot of looking at it instead of drinking.
Chasing a lot of squirrels too.
I am just gonna hold on to this mug then and just be like, well, if none of the boys want to take a crack at it, then I will take a crack at it myself in the next round.
Okay. Edvard Thar?
Are you actually going to drink it this time, or are you going to try to pour it on the freaking table instead of the floor?
I mean, if you
Oh
want
no,
to.
our table.
Sorry, Edvard. I'm going to back you up one square, because there's a table right in the middle, so I didn't want to put you on the table. Unless you wanted to be on the table.
What table?
Did you want to stay on the table?
Yes. No.
It's Coyote Elephant over here at Praetor's Rejects tonight.
Elephant Ugly.
Elephant Ugly, and boy is he.
No argument here.
All right, Edvard.
I'm gonna turn to Bray and be like, Bray, if you don't mind, I would like to take a swig at it.
All right.
A swing?
A
You making an
swig.
attack roll? Oh.
No, I'm taking a swig of the. Yeah, taking a swig.
You dare to attack my mug?
Take care.
The one on your face, yes.
It even made Yagvin
You
feel
can
sick, so be
certainly
careful.
try.
Hey, I'm wearing that.
And I levy my great sword at him.
Yeah. So now, this ghostly image of Durnan is holding the greatsword up to your trunk, to cut it off? Question mark. As Edvard, you now have this mug in one hand and this demonic katana in the other. Which one are you gonna shove in your mouth?
The booze.
Okay.
The spirit, finally.
That sounds like you're gonna drink the ale. Go ahead and make a Constitution saving throw in the tower. Can he do it, ladies and gentlemen?
I would like to state before I do this,
believe in
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Okay. Thank you for following the rules.
What rules?
The rules that I just made up.
There's rules.
Okay. God. Edvard. Edvard, this mug
Welcome to the club, buddy.
This mug is perfectly sized for you. Thank you, Marlon. I see that. This mug is perfectly sized for you, Marlon. You stick your trunk in, and
Marlon?
not Marlon. I'm sorry,
Edvard.
Edvard.
Marlon, you have a trunk too?
He
You didn't
used
tell
to.
me?
He used to. That's canon.
He
But
used to.
Now all the elephant puns make sense.
Edvard, you you begin drinking, and every time you slurp some of this ale out of the mug, it fills back up again, like around your trunk, and then it goes down, and then whoop, it goes back up, and then down, and then it goes back up, and you it seems like you're drinking for like a solid 30, 45, 60 seconds. I'm not gonna move the wall or tick anything, but it's a long, guzzling drink, and you just can't seem to finish it. So you keep going, and you keep going, and you're like, I'm not gonna let this thing beat me. And you roll a natural 17 for a total of a 25, and you chug the mug. Chug, 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 chug. The wall ripples.
Hey, somebody
and ripples.
did it. I can go the fuck home.
The wall ripples and people start cheering. Yeah, he's doing it. That's my boy Blue. Woo!
World star.
And it's like the scene from Beer Fest where like the funnel is happening inside the giant tank, and you finally get down to the bottom of the mug. You chug, and you finish the beer. And by the way, it tastes fucking delicious. It is sweet. It is effervescent. It is nutty. It is rich. It's got like these notes of like flowers and like whatever elephants like peanuts. It's like peanut butter whiskey. Yeah. Dude, it's whatever Edvard's favorite beverage is. This is the quintessential perfect glass, and it is just exquisite. And you finish it, and then when you're done, there is raucous cheering and applause. I think Dernan maybe is standing there doing the slow clap. Just,
it's about damn time I can finally go the fuck home. Yay me.
And the wall of thunder opens up like a stage curtain, and the vibrating seems to diminish. And before you is yet another wall.
Can I get another beer? Can I get another one of these?
You only get one. I'll get the fuck out of here.
I throw the mug at the
You're still here?
You go to Edvard. You begin to throw the mug, but it suddenly feels heavy in your throwing arm, and you look, and it is refilling. And it completely refills. And Dernan says, "Oh, by the way, I guess you can keep that."
I totally am. I start drinking it again.
Oh my gosh.
So
that's the spirit.
At this point, I'm gonna open up a parcel, and I'm gonna put something into Edvard Thar's inventory. Give me just 1 second here.
Ever-filling mug.
Yep, it is a
ever-filling mug of Curse of Lamia.
It is a decanter of endless ale. So this permanently chilled glass mug sloshes when shaken, as if it contains liquid. The decanter weighs 2 pounds. You can use an action to remove the stopper and speak one of the 4 command words. Basically, it's exactly the same thing as a decanter of endless water from like the well-known magic item, except it produces ale, and it has 1 extra command word. So, with these command words, you can use an action to utter the command word. If you say the word stream, it produces 1 gallon of beer. A gallon. By the way, if you say the word
whatever
fountain,
you do, just don't cross the streams.
I only have one. So
that's why you can only have one.
Yep.
So you can't cross the streams, bitch. If you say the word fountain, it produces 5 gallons of beer. If you say the word geyser, it produces 30 gallons of beer that gushes forth in a geyser 30 feet long and 1 foot wide. And you can aim the geyser at a creature, and then you can basically shoot this geyser at it. And it has to make a saving throw, or it basically takes bludgeoning damage and falls prone. And then all of those effects are the ones that come with the decanter of endless water. So I threw in an extra one, and the command word is keg party.
Oh boy.
The mug emits sounds like a pub crowd counting down from 3. And then after 3 rounds, the mug emits a raucous cheer as an explosion of freshly chilled ale emits from its location out to a radius of 15 feet. Anyone within the radius has to succeed on a DC 15 strength save, or they take 4d4 bludgeoning damage and fall prone. Anyone who falls prone has to succeed on a DC 15 con save, or they become poisoned for 1d10 plus 10 rounds as they become magically inebriated. So it's like an instant keg party, and everyone becomes drunk. Boom!
It's like an instant waterboarded beer.
Yeah.
My kind of keg party.
The action does not destroy the mug, but using the command word negates all of its powers until the following day at noon, which is usually when they start serving.
If we ever get back to Nine's bar, the first words I'm saying is keg party.
All right, so that's yours now. Just like all the rest of the shit in the inventory.
I don't know where that's coming from. I'm cooking 3 things
all
out of
that,
there.
all this stuff in there, like, yeah, I don't know who has it anymore. Like, I thought that Edvard had everything inside of the inventory thing.
No.
So the party sheet
I've
is
been giving everything out.
the party sheet is a nebulous dimension where items are kept, and you guys. The intent is for you guys to eventually grab stuff and then carry it and use
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So-
I know, but whoever initially grabbed the stuff never put it into their inventory.
Yeah, it was mainly Edvard, but that's kind of the magic of the party sheet. Like you guys just simulate a conversation where you divvy it up amongst yourselves, the spoils of war. And don't forget, there's all kinds of things that have not been identified yet amongst your equipment. So, yeah, if there's something in the party sheet you guys want, grab it, and then just let the party know you grabbed it.
Yep.
It's notionally. I'm just joking with Edvard because he has kind of been the guy who has collected a lot of this stuff, mainly from the kobolds. So I'm just kind of goofing around. I see you passed your turn, Edvard.
Yep.
All right. So Frack is dutifully standing nearby Yagvin. He's kind of like sort of looking past Yagvin at Bright, but he's standing sort of at attention at Yagvin's side, like a good squire might.
Like a good squire, just give him a nod.
Like a good squire, State Farm is there.
Yagvin, you pat him on the head, say "good boy," and you move forward. Go ahead.
So it's like Regulus eating this guy's like brain or something?
Regulus is floating at the very top of the ceiling, and it's like he's sniffing the ceiling stones. Like he's upside down. His feelers are like grabbing.
This is a hell of a visual.
he's like grabbing and touching and smearing his stench like all over the ceiling, and it's like he's like trying to pass through the ceiling or something. And he sees you, and he says to you in your mind, he says, "You should go. There is a dark presence here. Something watches from the shadows. Something plots and schemes. Please, Yagvin, knight of dwarven kind, I beseech you, save yourself." And it seems like only you hear that message.
This guy's definitely a window licker. I'm going to take the the immovable rod out. I'll click the button and take it out of the dragon's mouth.
Okay. Yeah, you click the button and you grab the immovable rod. And as soon as
I'm
you
assuming
do,
that's an action to do so.
it is. Yes.
Yeah, I figured. I was just making sure.
So notionally, it's in your inventory now.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else? Oh, and by the way, Frick, he's like standing underneath Regulus, and it looks like he's salivating. But as soon as you come around the corner, he like steps back 5 feet. And he regards you with fear.
You know Regulus can kill you, right? Anyways, I'm gonna have the Echo go in the middle square, or technically to the right, bottom right hand of Bright, where the wall is. One more square downwards from where that was the mosaic. Yep, that's fine.
Okay. Just on the edge.
Yep, that will be my turn.
Okay.
And hey DM, Discord real quick.
Yeah, sure. Give me just a second, guys. Marlon, if you want to describe what happens next.
Okay. I don't know how many he's gonna let me, but I'm gonna at least find out what these 4 scrolls are that you handed me. I don't know how many I can do in my 6 seconds, but that's what I'm gonna do.
Well, per Raw, if they're on your spell list, you recognize them immediately.
Well, I don't know that.
No.
Yeah, we're being really maybe overly strict about action economy, but you definitely can take a look at all 4 of these scrolls. And give me just a second, I'll identify them for you. I'm just catching up in the chat here in the background. Oh, yeah. Okay. Marlin. I'm going to jump to your character sheet, and in your inventory, you will definitely recognize the scrolls that were handed to you. Do you see them?
Yeah.
All right.
All 4 are the same?
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
And regarding the hallway, you begin to piece together. It's almost like a message is being given.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that will be my turn.
Okay. Durnan, it's your turn.
Did you see my message?
I certainly did.
There, Huxley? No, you're cool with that?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So Durnan will be sitting there still kind of slow clapping. He's like, finally I get to go home. Finally get to go home. No more dealing with this slow moving shit. I get to go home. And he will kind of, his visage will kind of like shimmer, and he'll appear right beside Lavinia. Bright, wrong character. He'll just kind of whoosh, appear beside Bright.
Hi.
Yes.
Can I give you a little bit of adventuring advice? Don't worry, this one's on the house, so to speak.
Like what?
And you see him kind of as he's, his visage is kind of just, all weird and kind of magic wonky,
She's
whatever.
right up in your face as far as she can get in there, just out of curiosity.
He says, always keep track of your possessions and loot while you're in a dungeon. As you see him kind of pull up a rod in his hand and kind of like give you like a little salute with it, and then he disappears.
Oh. I thought Yogvin had that.
You just take it?
I'm confused. Yeah, I thought that you had that. I'm very confused.
You would have recognized it as an immovable rod that you saw Durnan have in his hand before he disappeared.
No, I know that, but I'm confused as to how he ended up getting it because Yogvin's all the way over there.
Magic.
Did he take it with it, or did it just drop when he disappeared?
No, he took it.
DM.
Bright, you see him somehow produce your immovable rod from his pocket. And in that moment, Yogvin realizes it's missing from his part. Like, he just put it in there, and he watched it just, like, fall through the spot in his backpack where he had just put it. Or wherever you had placed it, like a pocket or something, or hook it on your belt, and it just seems to fall through space and time into Durnan's pocket. And then he produces it. And he says, this piece of advice is on the house. He gives you that message, and then he just fades out, and the rod fades out with him.
Okay.
And as he fades out, you just hear like a faint echoing "Sayonara, sucker."
The son of a bitch stole your immovable rod.
It's okay. I just didn't know how, but I mean, I'm not mad about it.
So, the way I'm going to rule this is that sometimes this is like an AD&D screw the players move, This is like a little bit of flavor of that, in my opinion. This is my way to say thank you to Bashman for coming in and sitting with us for the last 2.5 hours playing Durnan once every 60 seconds or once every 10 minutes. Your immovable rod, for all intents and purposes, is gone.
Okie dokie.
Fret not, for for you are adventurers, and you know how to overcome dire straits and thieving skullduggery. Do you not?
What now?
I have a lot of stuff
What
in
n-
my bag.
What now?
so-
Say what? Say what?
Fancy words.
Come again?
What did you call me?
Did you just
Your mom goes to college.
Did you just call me Electrum?
Who are we talking about?
Electrum again.
Your mom was
I
made
hate
of
this
Electrum.
character.
Sharkbait's favorite currency.
Poor Yagvin. Poor thing.
You know, he really should. Like I said, he really should have gone with an adamantine body. I don't know why he didn't.
I hate this.
All right, Durnan, I am removing you from the combat tracker, and Bashman, thank you so much for jumping in and saying horrible things, and then stealing one of my players' prized possessions that I gave them as a way to balance them out in the dungeons. Thanks, thank you.
Not a problem. Always fun times. And don't forget to tune in tomorrow for a special broadcast of Wine and Witchcraft here on Praetor's Rejects.
Wine and Witchcraft, aka
That is on Saturday.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, thank you. So we're
Yep.
gonna pass the turn to
Bye, guys.
the wall.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
I'm gonna go and remove Bright's immovable rod from the combat tracker.
I got rid of it already in my inventory.
Oh, it was Bright's turn, right? Or wait.
Yes,
did I
it
just
is my
accidentally
turn.
pass your turn?
It was
Bright?
just about to
I'm
be her
so
turn.
sorry.
You did.
My bad. So sorry.
You steal
It's
her
okay.
rod and then you skip her turn.
Did he take your rod, but he skipped your turn completely?
He also bent space and time around you such that you lost a turn. So sorry. As a matter of fact, you blink and you're back in the bedroom. Fuck.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
And locked in place in the bathroom that has no door, you know that's where the immovable rod is. You
Yeah,
guys remember that
right
time
down
I
the
didn't
toilet.
put doors on the bathrooms in the map?
Mine had a door.
No doors. No doors on the bathroom.
Bathroom had a door on it. It was the door to the bedroom because it was trees.
Yeah, yours was like
was
the
both.
forest. All right, we need to stop chasing squirrels,
So-
players. Bright, it's your turn.
So the wall that was before us is now gone.
It is, yeah.
After all of that stuff.
And there is
And now
another one in
what's
front of you.
ahead?
That sounds like you want to perceive your environment. Do you want to make a roll? See how well you perceive?
I want to get close enough to see what the wall is.
Okay.
So I'll
So
on over
I'll
that
let
way.
you know at an instant that this next wall is a crackling, very threatening looking wall of electric bolts. It's a wall of electricity.
Mm.
And you run towards it heedlessly.
What's the symbol on the floor?
That's an excellent question. I'm going to go ahead and read just a little bit of flavor text real quick. The third wall crackles and sparks violently as flashing streaks of lightning jump across the path. The air positively hums with energy and smells strongly of ozone and scorched copper. Set into the stone is yet another mosaic which appears to feature a grinning skull. But as soon as you cross the threshold of the wall of sound, a subtle rush of wind breezes past you and down the hallway, and with a dull pop, a humanoid appears from thin air, laying in a heap on top of the mosaic. This poor, elderly man appears to be on the verge of death. His skin and his eyes are sunken in and jaundiced to a pallid yellow, and he seems to be covered in bloody wounds. He whimpers, his breathing ragged and moist, a very death rattle if you've ever heard one. He issues forth a single question with the last ounce of his strength. What has happened to me? Before fainting to the ground. The man lies motionless before you, on top of the grinning skull mosaic. He smells quite foul, and his odor mingles with the smell of the scorched ozone to create a deeply unpleasant stench. What do you do, Bright?
Poor guy. I mean, neither of us smell very good. That's okay.
Yeah, you don't smell it. You're like, huh, is that cologne,
I
old
don't
man?
smell that great. Regulus, like, had the funky smell, and then Durnan counterspelled my prestidigitation, so I'm a little funky. That's all right.
You're just a funky tiefling, you know? You're disco, baby.
Well, this guy that's right in front of me, he looks hurt. Can I kind of deduce that his injuries kind of signify like burns or something like struck by lightning?
I think you can, but I want you to make a skill check to try to learn more.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And before you do that, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw in the tower.
Mm. Con save.
Okay. So, it seemed like you wanted to lean in and examine this man. Is that where you wanted to move? Because as soon as you cross the threshold of the previous wall, this old man would have appeared. So I will allow you to put yourself somewhere else if you want to change where you would have stood, since he appeared as soon as you cross that threshold.
No, I would have crossed, just thanking Yagvin's ghost for trying to get my stuff, but, sorry for wasting your time, Mr. Ghost Yagvin. I'm gonna go, and I will go on, and, I would have stopped here, yeah, just because the rhythm of each room seems to be the same. Look at the special tile, figure out what's going on.
Yeah.
Jeff said to check DM's Ben.
Okay, give me just a second. I'm gonna
Hey,
check.
don't
DMs.
worry, Bright. You didn't waste my time. Durnan did.
The, I lost my train of thought. I'm sorry. That's why. I know that.
That's right, and I'll do it again.
Ah!
He's back.
He's back. The, I know for a fact that I want to try and help this person. I want to heal them, but, I want to hear what you were going to do with the Constitution thing when you're ready.
Yeah. So, by the way, Marlin, I will say that the spell scrolls that you just identified, they are on your spell list as a wizard.
Okay.
Just FYI.
All right. Okay, great. Thank you.
Artificers get their spells from the wizard spell list, I think. Maybe I'm wrong. But, yeah. So they're also artificer spells, so you're not wrong per se.
Okay. Thank you.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought. No, I'm kidding. Bright, yeah, so, oh man, the stench, it's not flump stench spray, you know, that they're like extra planar skunks, those flumps, those stinky flumps. But the situation in this hallway with this guy laying on the ground, it is of another class. And as you lean forward, it's like, just picture the scene. You're this little tiefling girl. You're standing over this man. Are your wings out or are they on your back? Like
right now,
your cloak mode.
Right now she's in cloak mode and she's not in flight.
So luckily you're not like blowing this stench all the way down the hallway with your wings, because it is unbelievably horrific. He smells like a dead man. He smells like he's been dead for 14 hours. It's just this rotten, unmistakable smell of death. But you don't retch. You don't become poisoned. Because you rolled a 15 and you just barely made it. So now Now you can actually examine this this poor guy and see what happened to him, what ails him. So now I want you to make a skill check of some kind to see if, see what you can learn, and you can pick any skill check that you think is appropriate.
Well, I think it makes sense to do a medicine roll.
Okay. Well, in that case,
to look over the skin and kind of ascertain, like, are these burns? Like, I guess her checking is going to signify whether I want to try to do a lesser restoration, or if I want to do a healing kind of spell.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind, and whenever you're ready,
the skills.
Go ahead and give me a skill check in the tower. Let's see what you learn.
I will use my inspiration for this one, so that's advantage.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can you tell me where Bright learned about medicine? Where does she get her medical knowledge from? Or is it just innate?
From the clerical texts that she found in the hole.
Okay, yeah, that
because there's the Church of Lathander, and he's under good and light life, so I would imagine that such a place would have healing texts.
Okay, yeah, that makes perfect sense to me. So you lean over. The first thing you notice, besides the awful, and again, I can't stress this enough, he smells like death. You notice festering wounds, consistent with bite marks, humanoid teeth. Very distressing. You then realize, to your horror, that this man is not breathing. And he is, in fact, dead. He just died in front of you. He perished with the last ounce of his strength. He uttered a phrase, and then he dropped dead. You hover your hand over his body. I don't think you touch him yet, but he feels extremely hot. He's radiating what remained of his bodily heat, and you determine that he his skin is absolutely flushed and gray and pale. It looks like he was sweating profusely. It appears that he died not just from his wounds, his festering wounds, but he died of a devastating fever. He must have been suffering for days. And you notice other features as well, because you rolled very well on your check. You notice jaundiced flesh that sags from his bones, festering sores of gangrenous tissue. Yeah, it's a horrible situation. As a matter of fact, I'm not done.
Would I be able to ascertain if it was a disease? Oh.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, you do.
Okay.
You as his light was fading and he uttered his phrase, he said, "What has happened to me?" You notice little clues. A subconscious gnashing and grinding of the teeth and the jaws. You know that people with this disease witness their bodies rotting to death while they are still alive, usually perishing within mere days upon the onset of the infection, unless it is intervened upon by powerful clerics. The worst cases are reanimated after death in the form of cannibalistic unlife. This disease is quite rare, and it was thought to have been all but eradicated all along the Sword Coast. At least that's what your old texts and tomes taught you. But what was the name of that disease? I don't know if you recall that. And that is all the information I can give you with the roll that you made.
Okay. All of that is an action and bonus action?
Yep.
Okay.
That was definitely gathering information. I'm going to say it took up your whole turn to deduce all of that from your medical training.
Okie dokie.
All right, guys. I think this is going to be the last turn of the night. So we've got about 10 minutes. Edvard Thar, you see this situation unfold in front of you. What do you do, my friend?
I am holding the mug with my trunk. Every once in a while I'm pouring a little bit into my mouth with it, but I'm walking, making my way...
Downtown?
Yeah, make my way downtown, walking past, echoes past.
And I'm homebound. Oh, sorry.
And I'm a Luxodon, do-do-do-do-do-do, and you're not.
I feel like you offer a sip to the echo. How does the echo respond, Yagvin?
I was going to say I offer one to the dead body in front of me.
You just pour one out for the homies, am I right?
Stop right there. You violated the law.
Stop inebriating that corpse.
I'm going to come up here and be like, so what's with the dead body, Bright?
He just died right in front of me, but he is very sick. He is very diseased. It's of the undead variety, but I think I want to try and help him, and I think I may need Yagvin's help alongside me for this one again. I don't know if his echo can act also as his ears, but...
Oh.
No.
Not.
Yeah,
Okay.
it certainly cannot. Not until...
Yeah, I'm like, I don't
Not
know
until
if
a certain level, and I have to do some certain things.
Not
but
until
not,
you
no.
guys reach the 13th
Okay.
level of the Mega Dungeon, which we certainly will do.
I thought there was only 12 levels.
Ah, and so you thought.
Yes. I
You
relay that information to Yagvin telepathically, and I would like to ready an action.
Yagvin, you've got a lot of voices in your head, man. Something right.
I hate it here, man.
Something right.
The one time I'm totem Electrum, and now I'm being shit on by a projectile astral projection of Durnan.
It just ain't right, man.
No.
Oh, you're gonna
Yeah,
ready
it
an
is
action, Edvard Thar?
Yeah, I'm just readying an action because she said the word undead variety, so I'm readying an action in case the thing comes or the corpse comes back to life.
Fair enough, my friend. I think I know what you plan. Will that be all for you?
Yep.
Okay. Regulus. He just continues his odd ritual. He just floats a little bit further down the hallway, and he seems to be watching something in particular, but he's like staring directly at the ceiling. So it just doesn't make any sense. He's not like his movements now make it seem like he has seen something, but he's staring directly at the ceiling. So what in the hell could he possibly be staring at? Meanwhile, the Kobold Frack dutifully moves after Yagvin Brabalm, the good squire that he is. And the Kobold Frick is conflicted. I really don't know what to do with Frick because his character seems to be one of utter chaos. You know, like he doesn't seem to have a clear motive for life yet. I feel like I have a good idea of what Frack wants to do. I think Frack has been inspired by the holy
I really
ritual.
would like to interact with him, but
Yeah, you know, you got a lot
can't
going
yet.
on, right? You got a lot going
I
on.
can't yet. Yeah, like I really do. I'm like, he's adorable, and I want to talk with him, but that time will come eventually.
That's the hardest part about D&D. The players just can't do what they want, you know? It's just such a shame that the DMs have to just steamroll their players with mysterious corpse mysteries all the time. But the Kobold Frick, I feel he's definitely not as smart as Frack. There's something missing in Frick's mind. I feel like he is staring. He's like a dog chasing cars. You know, to quote the Dark Knight, he doesn't know what he would do if he ever caught one. So he's looking up at Regulus the Flump, and he appears to have forgotten his fear momentarily because he's very hungry, and he's staring up at Regulus the Flump, and he's salivating, and he's just kind of like, his arms are like uncomfortably twitching. He keeps rolling his shoulders. He glances back at the vitriolic sphere that is roiling in the distance, but it's not moving, so he doesn't care right now. Like he keeps looking up at Regulus, and then he draws his dagger out meaningfully. Yagvin, it's your turn.
I will say in Draconic to Frack to stay with Marlin. He's probably the most trustworthy out of all of us to stay with, as I teleport away with my bonus action.
Frack opens his mouth to say something, and then you disappear. And just this ghostly echo is here, and Frack just like, ah! And he steps back because he did not expect. I imagine like when you disappear, when you teleport, it's like the air sucks in the place where your body was, so it's like a little pop, like a suction, like a thump.
Yeah.
And then the echo's there, and the echo's just looking down like, boo. Yagvin, I think you still have
yes, I will step here.
Okay.
And I will have my echo move 3 squares forward from where it is. I will examine the body. Do they look? I know that they like passed out unconscious, but I don't know if I would have heard that from all the way down the hallway.
No, he didn't knock unconscious. He
Or
died.
he like said something and then died or went unconscious.
It is questionable as to whether you heard what he said in his dying throes. You actually don't 100% know if he's dead yet. He smells dead, but if you're going to examine the corpse, I mean,
so does Regulus, to be fair.
I want you to make a skill check.
My examination didn't show that he was dead.
Sorry, Bright. What was that?
My examination of him didn't show that he died. That
Bright,
he was dead.
You know that he has perished from his injuries. You know that, but no one else. Unless you called out, like, he's dead, like, to everybody. You know, I don't think you did that.
I thought that when Edvard spoke to Yagvin, that...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I'm catching up. I don't really pay attention so well.
In the club.
Well, in that case, Yagvin, you suspect that he's dead. Like you heard the message. Like, oh, we got. What did you say, Edvard? Can you remind me what you said?
I repeat what she said to Yagvin telepathically.
Aha, Yagvin, you now have the information you seek. I don't know what it was, but you have it.
I'm even more confused.
Oh God.
Let's just say everybody now knows that this guy died from his injuries. Bright knows the most information by far, unless Yagvin wants to make an examination of his own.
I will first look to Bright, and I will say, my god doesn't necessarily patrol the life or the spectrum of life and death as much as yours do. So I don't have as great of an understanding as you may, but I will still make a skill check to determine if I can glean any additional information.
Okay. In that case, choose your skill and make your roll.
I think I will roll a history check to see if I've ever heard of a disease like this before.
Okay.
I am old after all.
So, you made a history check.
Did.
You do recall in your databanks, I'm going to say that you have been loaded up with a huge I feel like you were probably a walking library of Alexandria. See what I did there? Library of Alex, if you will. But man, I feel like you just carry so much knowledge. But the problem is, you're so
It's just too much knowledge.
You're so old that your data banks sometimes, they're corrupted, or they're not responding. Like you're like the Firefly. If you've ever watched Firefly, the TV show, it's like you're constantly under repair. You're constantly trying to keep yourself going. Like, yeah, right now you're performing very well. It's because you haven't really taken a great deal of damage yet. And now that you've got the plate armor, you're hoping that, man, maybe I don't have to make repairs all the time anymore. Like
Maybe.
Because that long-term project that you put into effect finally came to fruition. You got your plate armor. So, for the first time in a long time, you feel like you're going to be safe. And your databanks and what remains of the knowledge of the dwarves will finally be safe. So you do recall that there was a particular disease that would generate festering wounds, and that it would induce a horrible fever and jaundiced flesh that sags from the bones, festering sores of gangrenous tissue, a subconscious grinding of the teeth and the jaws. People with the disease witness their bodies rotting to death while they still live, and they perish within days of the onset. But you don't remember the name of the disease. God damn it. What? It's like right on the tip of your tongue, and it's like data not found.
I do recall knowing about cases like this, Bray, but I cannot glean what it is called, unfortunately.
The texts where I learned from it, I can't remember them entirely. You can only read the same book for so many years, but it still hasn't come back to me.
Sometimes too much knowledge is a curse, young one, and that'll be my thing.
Marlon, I see you want to move forward. As you walk forward, by the way, I missed something. I need Yagvin with advantage. I need Edvard, and I need Marlon to roll Constitution saving throws in the tower. Sorry, did I get a roll from... Oh, no, Marlon.
No.
I'm so sorry, but casting that spell does require a full action. So if you want to benefit from your guidance, you have to set it up in advance on a previous turn. If we were out of this very tightly controlled initiative order with ticking clocks and stuff, I would totally allow that. But in this particular fiction, we're counting things moment by moment. So you need to pray for guidance in advance.
Guidance is only on checks too, but you do have bless for saves.
Yes, I have bless on myself, Yagvin, and Marlin.
Mm-hmm.
So
the
At least
initiative
there's that.
tracker should be keeping track of that.
Yep.
Okay.
At least there's that.
Give me just a second while I parse this information. Alright. So here's what happens. Yagvin, you detect the awful stench. It registers on your sensors. But since you have advantage against the poison condition, nothing happens to you. Edvard, the smell registers on your senses as well, as it could not possibly fail to do because you have that incredible scent prowess, And man, I should have made you roll at disadvantage for this one because it is.
In my head, I was thinking if I was a DM, I'd be making an Luxodon do disadvantage.
Yeah.
You want to do a disadvantage?
I don't need to, my friend. You failed. But
I could feel worse.
The reason I wouldn't do that anyways is because, like, yeah, you smell things. Like, you're able to pick up smells. So it's not about, like, how bad you suffer. Like, just because you can smell something doesn't mean your constitution is awful. That ability is about you noticing things that no one else can. It's like the bloodhound scent. Dogs can smell, like, 50 times more things than humans can. Like, they can differentiate so much better. I feel like that's part of what your powerful scent is able to do for you. Like, you can tell the difference between a man who died 16 hours ago and a man who died 17 hours ago. Like, you're that refined in your nasal palate, if you will. But I am going to give you the poison condition.
Yeah, okay.
You are poisoned for 1 minute. Marlon, it stinks, man. It stinks and it reeks. It feels like you walk through a wall of stench. And unfortunately, I also have to give you the poison condition for 1 minute.
I don't care.
You may not care, but your nose is screaming at you. It is rank. And it is your turn. I see you have walked forward. What do you do?
He was just coming up to see what was going on. He didn't see the guy up here, so now he sees him on the floor. He smells it, and that's it.
Okay.
Hold his nose, I guess.
Do you want to do anything else, or do you want to pass your turn?
There's nothing else to do, really. Yeah, I'll pass my turn.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are on round 57. It's almost been a mere 6 minutes. Actually, once we reach... Let's see, it's been more than 5 minutes. So you guys are 33% of the way through the dungeon, time-wise. I hope you guys are having fun. That's the most important thing to me. This moment-by-moment stuff, I can definitely see the pitfalls of it. You know, sometimes there are turns that go by and nothing seems to happen. Nothing interesting, nothing fun. I'm really glad you guys are, like, laughing a lot and cracking jokes. I hope you're having as much fun as I'm having. We are going to go ahead and call it a night here on round 57, the beginning of round 57. I want you guys to think a little bit about what's going to happen next. I want you guys to remember, very, very importantly, that you still have items in your inventory that you have not identified. And who knows how they might benefit you. I think that there's a lot of room for strategy here that you guys have yet to uncover as you delve headlong into a mysterious passing of a frail old man. Skin and bones is he, and awful stench. So we're going to go ahead and call it a night. My name is DM Huxley, and my 4 players, they are, I'm going to jump over to the portraits. They are Yagvin Brabaln, played by Alex, Edvard Thar, played by John, Bright, the tiefling, played by Amai, whose actual name I don't know, and Marlin the Magnificent, and don't let anyone tell you different, played by the equally as magnificent Loco 1956.
I don't care.
I know you don't care, but it's not about you, Marlin. It's about me, the DM. No, I'm kidding. My players are amazing, and they're very tolerant. So thank you so much for being awesome players. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a lot of awesome stuff going on the Praetor's Rejects channel. For example, tomorrow I hear from trustworthy sources that there's going to be a show tomorrow called Wine and Witches?
Witchcraft.
Wine and Witchcraft. Yeah. Witches ain't shit. So Wine and Witchcraft. And then I don't know if it's the same show or not, but there's also a show called Rise Against the Slave Lords that usually plays at around 9 p.m. Eastern Time with none other than Lord Praetor himself, Duff, running that game. It's, from what I understand, it's a really good show and some very interesting, fun characters on that show. So please tune in on Saturday night And then on Sunday, this coming Sunday, we're going to be wrapping up the birthday celebrations for the founder of the channel, Lord Praetor himself. Duff is going to be running. I don't know if he's actually going to stream it or not, but so maybe you guys won't get to see this. But Duff is going to be running a game of Sanctuary with some very lucky players, and maybe that'll get broadcast on the stream. Hopefully it does. I think it's a really, really fun, old school kind of game about scoundrels running around the city and making heists and stuff. All dictated by D6 rolls. Or is it D10? I don't remember. And then a card deck where interesting things can happen. So that's a really fun little game, and hopefully it gets streamed. I think you guys are really going to like it on Sunday evening. And then on Monday we have Strixhaven, a curriculum of chaos, run by DM Esquire of Magic the Gathering fame. I do hear that he has, I don't know, some sort of Kickstarter thing going on that is apparently extremely awesome, popular, and successful. I wish them all the best of luck. I'm not a huge Magic the Gathering fan. I used to be when I was younger, but man, it's expensive. Have you guys ever played Magic? You gotta buy cards.
It is cheaper to do drugs.
I'd rather I don't want to make that joke. I do, but I can't. I shouldn't. For the good of the stream. Okay, so I'm seeing in the chat, King Bashman says this is not going to be a Slave Lords show tomorrow. It's going to be Wine and Witchcraft. So that seems like it's going to be a very special episode of Praetor's Rejects tomorrow night. So please tune in. It should be very fun, very interesting. Duff is an awesome DM. He's very entertaining, very insightful, and very old as of this week. 1 year closer.
And he'll be with Mama Praetor.
1 year closer.
Tomorrow, Mama Praetor will be there too. She's going to be a part of the Wine and Witchcraft tomorrow with a bunch of other wonderful people. So please
that's so
pop
cool.
in.
Oh man, it would be a dream of mine to be able to DM for both of them and just let them like play off each other. I have no idea what Mama Praetor is like whatsoever, so I'd be very intrigued to see how their dynamic.
She's a saint.
Mama Praetor is a saint.
If you kill her character, we will kill you.
We will riot. That will happen.
How come nobody ever attacks Mama Praetor? Dude, just roll with it. Stop asking questions. Oh, I love it. And it looks like King Bashman says that Sanctuary will be streamed, so I think that's going to be a whole lot of fun. So you guys, please tune in.
Who knows who might decide to show up to that kind of game?
I hope not.
No, probably not. Never get invited to anything. Anyway,
Strixhaven, a curriculum of chaos on Monday nights, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, run by DM Esquire of Magic the Gathering fame. I actually get to tune in on this game with some decent regularity, so I kind of sort of know what's going on. I recall that it's an all-female cast, and they are in school at Strixhaven, and apparently it's a very chaotic curriculum. You know, just like a lot going on. I think they just got done with midterm exams, and they went home for the holidays. They went home to Pepsi's. Her name is Pepsi. They went home to Pepsi's home plane, and there was a lot of like family drama. So if y'all want to catch some of that tea, you know, hop on over on Monday night. It should be very entertaining. And that's all I know about for now on Praetor's Rejects, unless Loco has anything to add. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't.
I do not know.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, that will be it for us here at Praetor's Rejects tonight. I want to thank Alex, John, Amai, and Loco1956 for being awesome and very patient players. My name is Huxley, and this is Praetor's Rejects. Everybody say goodnight.
Bye.
Good night.
Thank you.
Bye, guys. Thank you.